Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome you all, distinguished guests and participants. We have some familiar faces and the newcomers one today. We have the honor to host you at today's gathering titled Exploring Opportunities for EIT Jumpstarter program. And this event is organized by the Scientific and Technological Research Council of Turkey in cooperation with Turkey in Horizon Phase 2 2020 Phase 2 project. This is an IPA project co-financed by the EU and Republic of Turkey. We have been implementing our project since 2019 under the scope of Competitive Sectors Operational Program of the Ministry of Industry and Technology of Turkey. Today we are at the TÜBİTAK premises at the heart of science, innovation and research and the center to the Horizon Europe program for Turkey. But more importantly, today we have the honor to have Professor Dr. Hasan Mandal, President of TÜBİTAK with us. Thank you for honoring our event, not only by your presence, but also with your upcoming opening remarks. Today also we get to hear about the EIT Jumpstarter program from the project lead himself. Piotr is here with us physically, alongside with our project coordinator, Nicolas, and our beloved team leader, Odysseus. And EIT is rather compelling and quite competitive, we all know that, but today we got the luck on our side because we're going to witness a rich array of success stories from Turkish voices. Today's training crafted by these wonderful experts, speakers, and it has been coordinated by our national contact point, Ms. Merve Aydemir Aydın. I think a special appreciation must go to her because she is the main driver of this event and the intelligence behind everything. Speaking of our agenda, Today's the itinerary of the day promises to be very packed with forward-thinking discussions. And before jumping into the wonders of EIT Jumpstarter, I am very honored to introduce our distinguished speaker of the today's first session for his opening remarks. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Hassan Mandal, President of TÜBİTAK. Professor?
Yes, I am. So can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, okay, I can start. Yeah, okay. So, so very good morning. So, dear, representatives from the EIT project office, dear colleagues from our Turkish ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's a great pleasure for me to be attend, although not physically, but at least virtually. I'll join to the event. I am on the way from Ankara to Istanbul. It's about in the location is Kızılcahamam. I am in petrol station, so I am going to attend a meeting at Bolu together with the minister. But at least that I am joining to the our colleagues from EIT office and also from Turkey, either physically or virtually. So I am going to share to my remarks and contribution with the presentation. I am just sharing my screen. Okay, I guess now you can see my screen.
Yes, I can confirm.
Okay, good. Okay, so we are today. I think we will hear. Although we are, it's a very competitive program. It's already been said, but also, from the Turkish ecosystem, especially for the young entrepreneurs, we have been very interested. So, this by means of the EIT that I think we will have get a much more opportunity already existing to our national ones. So, in this respect, I'm going to give them my remarks that we are talking about the global challenges and how the EIT Jumpstart program can help in this respect. Okay. So I am moving to the second slide. I guess I think it's now moving. So when we are looking for, when we are talking about the EIT jump starting program, so it is looking for the global challenges. So at this, from our perspective, from our references within Turkey or within the concept of the TÜBİTAK. So this is a more recent version of the World Economic Forum on referring to January year 2024. And for the short period of time and the long period of time, 2 or 10 years period of time, type of challenges which we have been facing. So in here, so we can see that the main frame is on the base of the climate change. So we can see that the extreme weather conditions, events, unfortunately, we have already been facing in Turkey very much. This could be either an earthquake or floods or the hot weather. So there are location or geographical presence, I think, will be severely affected, and unfortunately, the current indicators in future will be more. And also, at the meantime, some other issues, the technologies could be a kind of a instrument, but also is a kind of the challenge also in that misinformation and disinformation, and also the adverse outcomes of the AI technologies. And we have been, located in a region that we have many migration, but because of another type of migration could be a challenge because of the type of extreme weather events. So the internal involuntary migration, cybersecurity, and social polarization, and some other issues of economical. So when we are checking that the type of challenges, so it is quite complex, dynamic, and variable. So it is not the type of challenges which we have been faced in the past. So our already available experience may not enough to solve the problem. So therefore, in this respect, the program what we have been talking today, I think is quite beneficial and useful. And this is again in the same respect. So looking for this type of challenges and from different type of stakeholders, how they can see that either the civil society, international organizations, academia, government, and private sector. So they all agree in terms of the type of point which I have already been named, and also the type of solutions it is expected to be solved with this problem. So the number one is on the global treaties and agreements. Okay, this is clear. But the second one, has been named research and development. So you can see from the left bottom corner to the radar that showing this on the 51%. It has been said that R&D. So this is, I think, is a common consensus from the different type of stakeholders that there's a big expectation from the research, technology development, and innovation community. So therefore, again, what we have been talking today. And this is a very much more recent reference, so from the International Resource Panel from the March 2024. So how, under the current conditions, so, if we leave it alone, that, to year 2060, so 162 gigatons type of emissions. So therefore, so the type of solutions, at least expectations in terms of the technology it's going to be developed. So you can see the many of them in here, and they have been cost-cutting areas of the, food, and also the in terms of the buildings, the mobility, the energy, and others. So I don't want to lose all the time, but so you can see from the screen, I think that water, and as well, of course. So there are many type of issues, and I can see especially the topics of the KICs under the KIT that they are very relevant. That in terms of the topics and in here, so you can see the type of areas it's looking for, the type of technologies. So what is the type of solution in global sense, at least from the European perspective, from the records? The type of knowledge creation should be changed from linear to reiterative. So which means that the knowledge creator and knowledge user, there should be more interaction between them, because type of solution is coming from the knowledge creator to the knowledge user. It could not be finalized in one time. It should be a reversible type of interaction. So the open innovation is becoming more critical. So the open science and open innovation. And in the same respect that the technology in one side is kind of an instrument, but not a kind of the solution, because the type of solution is only become possible dealing with also the societal expectation, which we have already been tested during the pandemic and also the earthquake in our region. So therefore, the type of interaction also, in one side that your ideas is quite very important, but also at the meantime that the co-creation type of knowledge creation is becoming important as well. And from the Turkey side, in terms of the very recent document on our 12th development plan will be taken for us year 2024 to year 2028. So we can see that there are 3 headings in here. So you can, so you can see in here, so the environmentally friendly, resilient to disasters, and produces high-value advanced technologies. So we can only be possible, those next 5 years. So which means that the next 5-year plan of our country is very much dominant on the science, technology, and innovation, because environmentally friendly, resilient to disasters, and produces high value with advanced technologies. So these are only be possible by the R&D. So therefore, again, I am referring to today's event. From the TÜBİTAK side, so you can see what are our priorities on the left-hand side. We have been naming them, and I am also very pleased that we have not been revised very recently. These are what we have been naming from year 2019, so year 2019. So we have been a kind of the predictions in much earlier. So we are trying to change the ecosystem or align with also the Commission as well. So you can see from the left-hand side what are our priorities. And so So why we have been putting our emphasis or our strategies on in terms of the impact oriented from the economical impact, societal impact, and national security impact. And in terms of the how this will be possible, so we have been talking about the new knowledge creation models and also the human resources for the co-creation type of models. In here, I mean, I don't want to go to the detail on this slide, but showing that different type of funding programs which are available within our system. And on the left-hand side, more on the co-creation based knowledge, and also in the right-hand side for the in terms of the development of the human resources for this ecosystem. And also you can see in the bottom line, so I am just going to mention more on them. So the big program, I mean, so this is very well known within our system, I guess, you know, I mean, now more than nearly 3,000 companies or entrepreneurs has been created their companies by means of big program, and also the Tech Invest here program for the venture capital program. So these are, I think, there are also, I mean, what we have been talking for the European perspective, but also aligning with our system within our country. But also in addition, I'll say a few things on that, I mean, how we are trying. So these are so-called the impact-oriented national co-creation models within our ecosystem. So we have been not, of course, we are still continue to fund the individual projects, but we are much more encouraging fund the platforms rather than the projects. So you can see there are currently running 20 research programs, or what we are seeing that 20 research platforms for the technology development. And within these platforms, more than 250 projects are funded by these platforms. So this is also very much similarity also with KIC type of programs, and also industry innovation networks. So there are 4 SciAm platforms, and there are nearly 80 different projects. And currently we have been opening new calls. So you can see that I'm new calls now on this high technology platforms. And I'll say here, maybe the first time, that in each platform, at least one startup should be involved in this platform. So therefore, our ecosystem who's attending the meeting today, so they can not to, they can also take a note that, they can join these platforms, but as I said, at least each platform invite one startup for the relevant topics. And the topic for this call is on green transformation. So it is open still 17th of May, 2024. And so you can see the type of subjects, so the climate change, environment and biodiversity, clean and circular economy, clean, accessible and safe energy supply, green and sustainable agriculture, sustainable intelligent transportation, and green growth in industry. So again, these are quite relevant for the KIT as well. And in the other side, also is a program running together with the World Bank again for the green transformation, but more on the product development side. Again, the startups can also, invite these programs as well. So the SciAm program as well. So these are a high amount of grant funded projects. So, but at least each of these platforms, either technology development or the product development platforms, they should invite one startups. And also in terms of within our ecosystem, so these are 147 institutions, so-called implementing bodies. So these are our accelerators. So within this 147, some of them universities, some of them technoparks, some of them companies, some of them banks. So there are enough type of portfolio in terms of the our accelerators. So again, especially what we have been using is in big program is the accelerators. So again, a kind of maybe an alignment of the KIT program. Yes, and also this is every year we are opening 2 or 3 type of calls. And a follow-up program of this, so any program is coming up from this, and also including the KIT. So there's another program within our system, so the Tech Invest TR program. So there are 5 venture capital funds already been exist, and the amount of fund has been increased to 4.6 billion Turkish lira. So there's, I mean, I think it's enough in terms of the number for our startup ecosystem. And in terms of our performance in the, especially in Horizon Europe, so we have been trying our best, and currently more than nearly 800 institutions with involving in nearly 500 different types of projects. So it's a quite well, I mean, at least comparing the previous framework programs, our performance is much better during the last 3 years of the first 3 years of the program, and will be much more better, I guess, in the upcoming years as well. And also we are running 40 projects coordinated by the Turkish stakeholders. So this is also giving a sign, because in the previous call that, I mean, nearly 30 projects coordinated end of the 7 years. But within this, within these 3 years of this program of the Horizon Europe, so 40 projects are coordinated by the Turkish stakeholders. Until now, is 270 million euro budget are funded by means of these projects. In terms of the global challenges and European industrial competitiveness, I think we are quite good. And in terms of we are trying our performance in excellent science by means of especially ERC. But today, what we have been talking more on innovative Europe, I think there's a point that still we need to be improved. And for today, I am sure that we will hear more on especially our performance. And in terms of the last year event or the call for the EIT Jumpstarter Grand Final, there are 6 out of the 27 innovations are awarded from the Turkey. So I mean, really congratulations to our colleagues. I mean, on the behalf of myself and also on the behalf of the TÜBİTAK, I congratulate once more. And we have been showing in different type of success stories in here. I mean, in energy, we have been #1. I mean, with our, type of solution in here. I don't want to lose the time, but I mean, the type of solution has been given there. And the second, I mean, we have been 2 seconds success in energy, urban mobility, and also the new European Bauhaus. So again, congratulations to the companies. And also in 2 third position in EIT Food and EIT Digital. So this is a kind of, at least in our within ecosystem, that I mean, okay, we have been, I think, in terms of, and also the number of applications, I guess we are #2. I mean, I think we will hear more on the exact numbers, but so this is also giving showing an interest as well, and also the success. So this is, I think, is so. Therefore, this event today, I am sure that I mean will improve our performance for the new polls. And of course, next steps for the I mean this type of ideas is moving to I mean can be addressed to the EIT knowledge and innovation communities, of the KICs, and so you can see. I mean. At the moment, there are running 9, and will be announced another one in the year 2025 on EIT Water. Will be it's going to be number 10. So there are, I mean, I don't again show the name in here, but we will hear more how the system is running in here. So I think there's a great potential, especially for our colleagues or startups who will join to the EIT Jumpstarter application. So the next step for them to move to the KIC. So we will strongly encourage, and we will put some more extra incentives within our system to be involved more in the KICs as well. So another 6 has been named in here for raw materials, health, urban mobility, culture and creativity, manufacturing, digital, and energy, climate, food, and as I said, the water will be in year 2025. And finally, I mean, also our success within the KICs. So these are the, I mean, different type of stakeholders, either universities or companies or NGOs and local municipalities. So you can see in here that, I mean, of course, we have been present in some of them, but not all. So again, this is maybe another kind of a challenge, and also the potential for today that, I mean, we are going to be hear more on them, to hear that, I mean, how we will be involved more on KICs. And today event, I mean, will give a kind of a general and introductory training for especially, I mean, how we will be do it more better in terms of EIT Jumpstarter program. And from the TÜBİTAK side, again, we will do our own best, not only make this awareness event, but also try to be introduce new programs within our system and there will be, we are trying to be much more alignment with the European programs, including the EIT. That I mean, so this will also encourage that your interest and your success not be limited to the European programs. Definitely, kind of a follow-up programs in our system. So once more, so thank you very much for especially our colleagues are physically available here, coming from the European Commission, from the EIT office side, and also the I mean our colleagues, I mean the all stakeholders from around all Turkey who are joining to this event, and looking forward to, I mean, getting the more application and more success in the upcoming course of the Jumpstarter program of the EIT. So thank you very much.
We are thanking Professor Dr. Hasan Mandal for sparing his morning with us. Now, we are happy to invite Ms. Merve Aydemir Aydın, NCP for EIT, for her presentation about Turkey and Horizon Europe program. She will tackle the support EIT, the support that EIT NCPs has to offer for Turkish companies and ideas. Floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning. Dear distinguished guests, President of TÜBİTAK, executives from various departments of the Research Council, and esteemed researchers from the universities, representatives of startups, I am delighted to welcome you all to the EIT Jumpstarter Info Day. Your presence here today underscores the importance of collaboration between academia, industry, and government in fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. At the heart of today's event lies the EIT Jumpstarter program, a flagship initiative of the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, designed to empower aspiring entrepreneurs and early stage startups. EIT Jumpstarter provides a platform for turning groundbreaking ideas into successful businesses. Throughout the day, we will delve into the various aspects of the EIT Jumpstarter program, exploring its impact on fostering innovation, supporting entrepreneurship, and driving economic growth eventually. We will have invaluable speakers from EIT knowledge and innovation communities and from our technical assistance project as well. The last year's Jumpstarter program was completed, as TÜBİTAK President said, with a closing event at the end of 2023. And the winners from Turkey of the last year's program are also here with us. And I would like to send my special thanks to the winner teams for being here in order to share their experiences in this event today. I would like to start my presentation with giving a very brief information related with the Horizon Europe program and the EIT, and of course, its positioning under this program. Horizon Europe is the European Union's civil research and innovation funding program for the period between 2021 and 2027. Horizon Europe aims to support scientific excellence, drive innovation, and address social challenges. Through research and development funding, the program allocates funding to a wide range of research and innovation activities, including collaborative research projects, innovation partnerships, and support for researchers and innovators. It focuses on several key areas, including health, climate change, digitalization, clean energy, and urban mobility. Overall, Horizon Europe aims to strengthen Europe's scientific and technological base, foster innovation-driven economic growth, and tackle global challenges for the benefit of society as a whole. Horizon Europe operates through various funding instruments, including the European Research Council, clusters under the Pillar 2, the European Innovation Council, and of course, EIT is also one of these instruments. As you see, Horizon Europe program has 3 pillars, and EIT stays under the Innovative Europe pillar. EIT was established in 2008, and its aim is to increase the innovation capacity in Europe and the pan-European ecosystem, and to promote sustainable economic growth. To achieve this goal, EIT engages in various activities to promote innovation by bringing together institutions and industries from different sectors. The activities of EIT include supporting innovation projects, fostering entrepreneurship, and establishing collaboration networks between industry and especially academic institutions. A common element frequently encountered in EIT calls and programs is the concept of quadruple helix. The quadruple helix model aims to create more participatory, effective, and society-oriented innovation ecosystems by emphasizing diversity, participation, and sustainability principles involving academia, private sector, public sector, and civil society. In this way, EIT aims to enhance knowledge generation, collaboration, and competitiveness in Europe, and of course, pan-European ecosystem. If we revisit EIT's overarching goal, we see that it focuses on 3 main impacts: empowering students to become entrepreneurs, transforming ideas into products, and bringing laboratory work to reach customers. These goals are achieved through a working model that supports innovation process and encourages integration with the business world. EIT aims to equip students, researchers with entrepreneurial skills, nurture them as potential leaders and entrepreneurs, and enhance their interaction with the business world. It accomplishes this through programs that provide students and researchers with education and coaching services in innovation and business topics. In other words, EIT promotes the transformation of innovative ideas to business models and technologies belonging to students and researchers into real-world applications. Within the scope, various calls for prototyping, testing, and accelerating are supported in each thematic area. It supports the introduction of new products and technologies and services to the market, expert support for positioning the product into the market, networking opportunities to support product adoption by users and the company's access to investment. All of these objectives are achieved through activities carried out by knowledge and innovation communities, which were established by EIT in various thematic areas, as you see. KICs are the main building blocks of EIT, and they are integrated innovation communities, promoting collaboration among various organizations specialized in specific sectors or fields. Each KIC brings together universities, research institutions, businesses, and other stakeholders around a specific thematic area, such as manufacturing, health, raw materials, urban mobility. KICs aim to increase the competitiveness of the pan-European ecosystem by supporting innovative projects and developing sustainable solutions in these thematic areas. Each community works within its thematic area and issues calls for proposals based on their strategic objectives. As you can see on the screen, the years of establishment are given for each community, starting from the climate KIC to the manufacturing and urban mobility. Additionally, the culture and creativity community started its activities earlier in 2022. Furthermore, plans are underway to establish the EIT water community in 2026, focusing on especially water management, water treatment technologies, and the water industry to support innovations in this field. Through the QR code on the screen, you can find the main webpage of the EIT. In order to see and follow each one of these KICS programs and calls, as I mentioned, please visit this website, which you can also reach out KIC web pages through this main website. I would like to also mention in a very brief manner about the EIT Jumpstarter program, which is one of the regional innovation actions of EIT. But first, I will start with regional innovation scheme initiative of EIT, since in fact the EIT Jumpstarter program operates under this initiative. Regional Innovation Scheme, in short, we call RIS program. The initiative aims to strengthen innovation capacity and support regional development in RIS countries and regions that have moderate and modest innovation score in European Innovation Scoreboard. The objective of the EIT RIS is to contribute to the advancement of the innovation performance of the targeted countries and territories by strengthening the capacity of their innovation actors and linkages among them. These actors are usually business accelerators, incubators, startups, scale-ups, businesses including SMEs, agencies, educational and research institutions. By doing this, the ultimate goal is to bridge the innovation gap between these regions within Europe. Turkey is one of the eligible countries under the RIS program. I strongly advise you to visit the RIS page for the opportunities like programs EIT Jumpstarter, since there is many more announcements you can find throughout each year for all KICS and various thematic fields, such as Innovation Call for InnoEnergy, SME Market Expansion Call for Urban Mobility, Boost Up Calls for Manufacturing, and RIS KIC Added Value Activities, Activity Calls, in short, KAVA Call of raw materials. The deadlines of some of these calls have already been realized, unfortunately, but please keep following for the upcoming calls and read the terms and conditions or guideline documents for each call to see whether you are eligible to apply, or reach out to us to have more information about these calls and programs. When we come to the EIT Jumpstarter program, which is also today's topic, we see that it is a very selective, competitive program. Participating in it opens doors towards the European markets and connects the best teams with the large industrial partners of the EIT communities. The aim of this program is to support idea holders to turn their ideas into businesses. The program helps innovators and entrepreneurs build a viable business model around their innovative product or service idea and, of course, validate it. If their business idea is sustainable, the program also encourages them to register their company. The target groups of the program are scientific project teams, innovators, scientists, PhD master students, and of course, bachelor students also included. If they have a product or service idea to disrupt the existing market in healthcare, agri-food, raw materials, energy, urban mobility, new European Bauhaus or manufacturing sectors, you are, of course, eligible to apply to this program. Our speakers from EIT and from our IPA project team will give you broad information related with the thematic fields of this program, application procedure, the deadline, the content of the trainings and mentoring activities for the selected applicants, and the grand finale event, as well as the awards that are going to be presented at the final of this year. Lastly, I would like to also give very brief information related with the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, which is one of other initiatives of EIT. This initiative is a training platform which offers deep tech education programs. The aim through this platform is to skill 1 million people within deep tech fields by 2025, creating a talent pool that will drive innovation and economic growth across Europe. The main group of learners prioritized with this platform are secondary education students, interested in deep tech, higher education students more specialized in deep tech, and adult learners in companies need additional skills in deep tech. Under this platform, the courses are in the fields of advanced computing, quantum computing, advanced manufacturing, advanced materials, AI, innovation and entrepreneurship, IoT. So very wide, broad range of courses exist, including energy and clean technologies, electronics and photonics. Please visit the website and see the course contents. The long-term goal of the initiative is to increase the amount of European innovation being created to fight climate change, create new agri-food systems, build more livable cities, and more. Deep Tech Talent Initiative courses and activities will be running until the end of 2025. This is the end of my presentation. Thanks for your listening. I believe we have a very fruitful event with full of new information about the EIT and Jumpstarter program. We will also have the opportunity to listen the experiences of 2023 winners today. You can follow Horizon Europe Opportunities and EIT calls programs through our website, ufukarpa.org.tr, and have information about TÜBİTAK supports. Please also link this as well. And our IPA project, find the recordings of the previous events. You can also contact me if you have any questions about EIT through the contact details on the screen. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us today, and I wish you all a productive and enlightening experience today with our EIT Jumpstarter Info Day. Thank you.
Okay. So, good night and good morning from my side. I'm Nicholas Floratos, but I have a guest role, a very minor support role today, because the core elements of this event are on our experts from the EIT Jumpstarter, as well as on the successful applicants that we are very welcome them to share their experience and how they managed to exploit EIT Jumpstarter successfully. The idea behind the structure is has many different purposes. Of course, the main purpose of the event is to know what is EIT Jumpstarter. But this is not enough, because we aim with this event two more important reasons and purposes. The first one is to motivate you and encourage you to exploit EIT Jumpstarter. I think that Turkey is one of the most, I think EIT Jumpstarter receives many applications from Turkey. I think it's in the third position or so. So it seems that EIT Jumpstarter stakeholders like this program. However, the second purpose of this event is to make your job easier on how to exploit EIT Jumpstarter. What does that mean? That means that we're going to guide you and support you with experts from the EIT Jumpstarter program to explain you and make you understand what it takes in order to be successful in this program that seems to be extremely attractive. And we're going to do that not only with the support of the EIT Jumpstarter experts, but also with other successful applicants that will share their experiences with you. They will share their experience on how they became successful, and most importantly, what were the benefits that they managed to get out of that program. And you see, before EIT Jumpstarter, where they were, and after the EIT Jumpstarter, what kind of level and success they reached. And this is actually extremely important. This is what we're going to pay attention today. And this is how the agenda is structured. After me, we're going to have experiences sharing from two successful EIT Jumpstarters, just to open the appetite for you to see what the EIT Jumpstarter is and start thinking, probably this is for me, for us, for my team. Then we will go back and discuss in more detail with our expert how you should be successful. So by far more details on the program tips and hints. Then we will be sharing experiences again from successful applicants. And the event today finishes with one-to-one consultations. You have that kind of possibility to speak with the expert of the EIT Jumpstarter, so to arrange one-to-one session. If you do wish to do that, please talk to our support team, to Kemal and Celine, that will be more than happy to arrange one-to-one sessions in the afternoon with you, to discuss and see what it takes in order to be successful. Now, in a nutshell, and this is probably my last slide, is we need to understand whether EIT Jumpstarter is for you. So I would like, there are three conditions that you have to comply with. So the first condition is, and I would like you to raise your hand if you are a part of a scientific project team, innovator, scientist, PhD student, or even master student or bachelor student, as Mevre said. So please raise your hand and keep it there so I can see. Keep it up. It's a little bit morning exercise for us here. So we have, okay, please keep it there, don't put it down. And then who from you, and also the ones from that are attending us virtually, I think we have more than 80 attendees virtually, which ones of you have already a product or service idea, a solution idea you'd expect to disrupt the existing market? Okay, some hands went down, some hands went up. Okay, that's extremely nice. Please keep it up. And in any of those areas. And which ones of you want to bring your idea out of the lab to the market? Okay, congratulations. So you need to stay here until the end of the show, because you need to discuss with our expert how that thing is. Having said that, because the EIT Jumpstarter is ideal for you, what I would like to invite our first guest, one of the successful applicants in the EIT Jumpstarter, Mr. Olgun Hadipoglu, to come and share his experiences with us. So Olgun, the floor is yours, and let's give an applause to him.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me to share my experience about this Jumpstarter program. Well, my name is Olgun Atiboğlu. I'm graduated from Middle East Technical University like 18 years ago, and I have an 18 years of work experience in business life as an employee. I was involved mostly in administrative positions like supply chain management, program management, and business development. And I work for some reputable defense industry companies here in Ankara, like Aselsan and Mikes. Here's our team. We are a team of 3 co-founders. I just introduced myself. Gökhan, he got his bachelor's and MSc and PhD degree from Istanbul Technical University Computer Engineering Department, and he completed his postdoc studies in Boston, Northeastern University. Currently, he is academic lecturer in the computer engineering department. Sorry. Mert, he's graduated from ITU as well, from electrical engineering department, and he completed his MSc in Germany, Braunschweig University, and he worked for Audi for like 4 or 5 years. Then he moved to Turkey and worked for Tofaş Stellantis. He was an R&D manager. Yeah, as you can see, we are coming from different domains, but we have a complementary startup structure. So how we got involved in Jumpstarter? Well, we had a good idea, and we had a good team, and we had a common goal to which every member was committed, actually. So our idea was kind of not that easy to understand. I mean, especially for people who are not coming from the automotive industry or who are not familiar with the automotive systems. So we decided to proceed with Jumpstarter because EIT is one of the leading establishments in Europe, which that steer or define the direction of future mobility. So that's why we decided to proceed with Jumpstarter. So thanks to it, actually, it triggered the entire startup establishment process. It encouraged also throughout the whole startup journey, and it was like a guide or a pathfinder. I mean, we were like rookie entrepreneurs, so it helps us a lot, actually. Yeah, you are going to see the details of the program, but there are 2 main sessions in the program. The first one is the boot camp, and the second one is the local training. You have to succeed within the online boot camp in order to proceed with the local training. Well, we benefit a lot during these online courses in the online boot camp because it was so clear and so direct. I mean, you can easily address the weaknesses of your idea during this session, and also while improving our idea, the online mentoring sessions was very, very good, and there is a very multinational working environment available there. So it contributes a lot to your idea to gathering all the different perspectives from all over the Europe, coming from different countries. So I mean, discussing different idea within the team. I think this is the most important, one of the most important aspects of the program for me, actually. Then we proceed with the local training. It is like we got the training and courses in the Fark Labs in Istanbul, which is the local partner of the EIT Urban Mobility in Turkey. So this is the point where actually the idea began to transform into a business plan, proper business plan, let's say. There is a very comprehensive and detailed courses and training was provided there, and we had a chance to validate our idea by conducting some validation negotiation with potential or possible users. And I mean, thanks to this local training session, our idea becomes a proper business plan, including with all value proposition, product market fit, etc. Well, as I told you, it was a little bit hard to understand our idea, especially for people who are not familiar with the automotive industry. So I'm going to mention about our project very briefly. Well, automotive industry is shifting towards a very significant transformation nowadays, actually. Mechanical parts become so common that they are no longer a differentiator, and consumers are expecting a smartphone-like experience from their vehicles. So softwareization and the vehicular applications become the new game changer in the automotive industry, actually. which brings us a term which is called software-defined vehicle. It means that some of the features and functions are enabled by software and softwareization. This is the meaning of the new word, which is just newly generated, actually. But there are some real problems and challenge in this transformation. Some of them, our product is addressing actually these challenges. Here's some of the challenges which are like hardware and software are highly coupled. You need some high cost tool in order to access to the vehicle data. And there is a very steep learning curve in these automotive systems. It takes too much time to build an expertise. And developers are also like suffering from lack of the ready-to-use libraries. This is the point where our products are coming to play, actually, is our product. It's a software platform. It's an application development platform, which brings in vehicle signals and brings them to a modern environment, modern development environment. It is a virtual workspace. It will have a user-friendly interface, and it will incorporate some ready-to-use libraries specifically designed for mobility application. So that's our idea. I mean, at the beginning, it was so blurry and it was not that certain, the scope of our idea. But thanks to the Jumpstarter, which is the biggest impact of the program, we pivot the business. We find out how we express the idea, how we convert the idea into a proper business model. And if you can make it to the end, a spectacular and wonderful grand final event is waiting for you. I mean, it was a unique experience for me. Everything was so professional, and there were some live streaming, etc. So I was so glad to be a part of this event and the program, actually. Thank you for your listening.
Yok aşağı tabii ki. Şunun içinde olabilir mi? Bu da değil. Tabii ki yükleyin. Sadece 2 dakikanızı alacağız. Belki daha az. By the way, this is a perfect time if you have any questions. Nicholas is also here. His one of his favorite hobbies is asking and answering questions, actually. Yes, if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. That was really great. If there are no questions from the audience, I would like to ask a couple of questions. Before joining the EIT Jumpstarter, what did you have apart from an ambition and an idea written on paper? Did you have something else? Did you have a prototype? Did you have something tested somewhere, or just an idea that you wanted to see? I will repeat also for our friends in the Zoom event. They don't have a microphone. Do you have? Yes? So at the beginning, perfect, it was an idea. At the end of the EIT Jumpstarter, you had a business plan. A business plan and a price.
Yes, that's
correct?
right. That's right.
And now, what do you have now?
Now we have a plan, we have a business, actually we have a business model. We know, I mean, we have some kind of technical requirements. I mean, that within this 6-month time, it transformed into a proper business. Yeah.
Okay, and that helps you to talk to investors, to potential collaborators, to potential partners to help you implement the idea, this business plan, this business model?
Yeah, actually, I mean,
Yes.
during we have conducted some validation negotiations. So during this, at the end of this 6-month time, we had a chance to discuss with many different people from different fields. So within this ecosystem, actually, we shape the product and the way that we should follow. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So, Orhun, yes, please come.
Hello everyone, sorry for the inconvenience. So good morning everyone. My name is Orhun Olgun, and I'm here on behalf of our company, newly founded company, Sonic Space. And today I will talk about our company and our EIT Jumpstarter journey. So who are we? We are 3 people, founders of the Sonic Space, Hüseyin, myself, and Owain. Owain and Hüseyin are both professors are researchers in Middle East Technical University, and Hüseyin has expertise on audio and signal processing, and Owain has expertise in industrial design and musical interaction design. And I'm also a PhD student in Middle East Technical University, we all share the passion for music and sonic creation, and as a team we wanted to create a wireless, portable, scalable, and high-quality audio recording system. That was our idea. So what are we doing? I will briefly do a short introduction of our product and idea as a product. So our minimum viable product, MVP as we call it, will be called Sonic Space Create, which will allow user to record high quality audio in sync with video using Sonic Space Create box, which is a physical box, and a mobile app. And our customer value proposition is to make creation process seamless and effective, so no time wasted for editing the media content. And our long-term strategy is to create other products in the long run and improve and enhance our MVP product to target audio engineers for production and recording of multiple instruments. Then in like 10 years, we believe so, we will start working with big media companies for immersive media content creation. So our project was very, how can I say, it was not mature. We had an idea, of course, but we don't know how to make a product out of this idea. So we contacted our university's technology transfer office, METÜ TTO, and they informed us about this EIT's Jumpstarter program. Our problem was complicated as a researcher, but however, throughout EIT Jumpstarter training, it shaped our project idea potential into a business opportunity and as a product. But I want to emphasize that we have all academic backgrounds, no prior company experience. So the idea we came up is coming from a problem in our research. So we stumbled upon a some difficulties in the while doing the research, and we come up with a solution for that. And we thought, why not we make this into a product? So that's how we started our EIT journey. So as you can see, this is an image from our research in 2022. We were recording an orchestra for immersive audio content, but as you can see, there are lots of cables, and we want to get rid of them. So that was our solution. That was our problem, and the solution is our company's first product, will be our first product. We have the technical solution, we have the software, how to do it, but we don't have the business experience of that solution. So our journey in EIT Jumpstarter, we learned how to create a structured business plan. So we discussed in the sessions, as Olgun mentioned earlier, in the mentor sessions, they helped us a lot to shape our idea into a product and a business plan. And we did a lot of market research, and we didn't have a proper customer value proposition, and which we find out it's really important to have a plain and simple customer value proposition, because if you don't have that part, there is no further going as a company. And we also learned how to make an effective pitch deck. Then come the finals in this December. In EIT digital category, we got the 3rd place. And lastly, I have some few suggestions if you wanna involve with EIT Jumpstarter. Define your problem and state your solution clear and simple. And I also emphasize the customer proposition. So what's your offer is important for both investors and the customers, of course. And aim for the right field and do the market research, because they will ask a lot of questions about your place in the market. Follow the guidelines in the mentor sessions and the boot camps, and about the business plan, because they are really, really good. They helped a lot in our journey. And attend the training sessions. I will say we did online training sessions, and it was quite nice. And we had 5 international teams all over from Europe, and we had quite nice relationship with them, and we made a lot of friends. Also in the finale, we did have a chance to meet them in person, which was quite nice. And I don't want to brag about it, but we had 5 teams in our boot camp, and 4 of them won some prize in the competition, which was pretty satisfying for all of us. And finally, practice your pitch at the end of your journey to finalize your idea and get some funding from EIT Jumpstarter. So we are Sonic Space, and thanks for the opportunity to share our story, and many thanks to our TT office, EIT community, all the trainers in bootcamp, Piotr, thank you also, and all of the staff in TÜBİTAK also thank you as well for the opportunity to share our story. And thanks for listening, and I will be glad to answer your questions or thoughts after the session. Thank you. That's all. No.
Do we have any questions in the room? We have one. Okay, just a second.
Thank you for your presentation. When when one guy tries to commercialize something, I guess the main bottleneck is whether if you can find the demand for your product.
Yeah.
I wonder, the idea is actually good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I would like to clarify whether you have a person to sell that product in the first place.
Not yet, but of course we will find a marketing person who knows the market well and knows how to sell the product. Because I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
guess
can.
you are in the kitchen.
Yeah,
You do the
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
I'm doing the PCB and the coding and stuff like that. But we are really new. Like we established our company this January, so we are looking for a software engineer at first, then the marketing, because we don't have the prototype yet as a physical product, and there is a lot of process for user experience which will involve our industrial designer. After that, we will be available to sell the product after getting all the patents and stuff like that. So we will think about it in a year, because I'm not sure if we are ready to sell it. I think we will think about it for sure, because we need to involve with the market as a product and a company. So I will be glad if you have any ideas about marketing. We can talk about it later. Thank you very much.
Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
It's a follow-up question. Before starting it, have you done market validation for your idea?
Yeah, we did actually, because there, as you can see, there are lots of wireless recording systems in the market, and we are all aware of those products, and we are targeting like 1% of the EU market in the first 3 years. So it's a big share. It doesn't sound like much, but 1% in audio is a lot as a product. So if we are able to reach out amateur musicians and podcasters and media creators, then we can gather our idea to become a much bigger product to sell audio engineers and bigger venues, stuff like that. So yeah, we thought about it a lot, because there is a lot of competition, and it's also a saturated market. But we think that our innovation will suffice at the end and help us to get a share in the market. Yeah.
So, do you consider yourself as niche player in the market?
What player?
Do you consider yourself in the niche player in the market?
Yeah. Because like we have the technical and the research background, but we need to make it pretty to sell it. So our proprietary part is our software, not the hardware. Hardware is already done. We all know it. But yeah, the niche part of our idea is the software part mostly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Çıkarıyorum.
Thank you very much again, Orhun Bey, for your presentation, and congratulations, of course, again to your team for your success. Actually, I wonder, is there any specific experience or case that you can give to us about your journey in the EIT Jumpstarter program trainings and coaching services. Is there any specific case that you faced that was most effective in your path, or you received the most, I don't know, benefits? Yeah, thank you.
I think for me, I attended all the boot camps. I have no prior knowledge about business. So I don't know how to write a business model. I don't know how to do a market research. And step by step during those months, I learned how to do that and shaped the business plan from scratch. So that was the best part for our journey. I mean, besides winning, but yeah, that's the most beneficial part of the EIT Jumpstarter, because it's literally jump-started our idea to become a business, and we established our company at the end of this journey. So that was quite much for me, because I was also doing PhD at the same time. But at the end, I'm glad that we did it, because it helped all us.
Thank you so much. Mobilib and Sonic Space walked us through their journey, and now I have the honor to invite our next trainer, Peter Bolange. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm sure that you're going to introduce yourself better than I do. Okay, thank you.
It's in the PDF. Yeah, okay. If you for the second page, on the next. This one? This one? Yeah, this. Okay. Second. Okay. Okay, I will upload this later on then. It's correct. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Nice to meet you all. It's my pleasure to be here in Ankara and to meet the local stakeholders and the ecosystem builders. My name is Piotr Boulanger. I am representing EIT Jumpstarter. I'm the program lead for this for the acceleration. So many things were already said about the EIT Jumpstarter, like who is it for, where is it from when it comes to the EIT, European Commission, and all the institutions, that I don't have that much to add from my presentations anymore, since everybody said so many wonderful words about the initiative. So thank you everyone for supporting us and being in line with what we are doing and liking what we are doing. And I think this is the most important part about being the part of the ecosystem. I would like to share with you a little bit, probably what was already said. So I will tell you more about the EIT Jumpstarter. And first of all, what is the EIT Jumpstarter? The program was created as a horizontal program, which means that it's working with all different knowledge and innovation communities within the EIT. As a part of the program, we have every year it changes. This year we are having 7 out of 9 communities. Those are EIT Food, EIT Health, EIT No Energy. All of them will be listed later, you will know them. But I just wanted to tell you that from our perspective, EIT Jumpstarter is complicated in terms of running all of the procurements and procedures, being in line with the European Commission and all the things that are needed in order to start the program and in order to evaluate the projects that are coming. One of those things is that I would love to share and give the wild tickets for people to attend it, but I cannot, because we have to go through the evaluation. So everyone who applies to the EIT Jumpstarter is evaluated through the external evaluators, and the best programs with the highest scores are admitted and are welcome to take part in the program. The program was created or the already mentioned here by MERV, the RISC countries, Regional Innovation Scheme Initiative. And it means that we are focusing on those countries that are highlighted on the board. As you can see, it's not only the European Union, but also additional countries. Turkey is one of them. Besides Turkey, we also work for the Ukraine, Moldova, and Western Balkan economies. But within the EU, we also have the special part for the outermost regions, which are the external territories of European Union. The idea behind the Jumpstarter was that everybody who was creating the program knew that starting a company is a very hard task, and it's not easy for anyone who is doing it for the first time. And it was mentioned here already that the program is targeted to the academics, researchers, but I want to underline that not only to those groups. So if you don't have anything to do with the academia, but you're a person with a business idea, or you think whatever you're doing can change the world, you are also welcome to the program. So please understand that it's academics, researchers, entrepreneurs, freelancers, creatives, whoever wants to be solopreneur and start their own company and change it from one-person business into international company is welcome to join the EIT community. Just to build up a little bit of your hunger, our stats up until now, for me the most interesting are two. First of all, that the startups which were created by 2023, so it's not with the cohort we will be talking about today, but it's before this cohort. Those startups have created over 1,000, almost 1,000 places, working places for people throughout Europe. And what I really enjoy from the statistic is that €1 invested into the EIT Jumpstarter program came back to us already in 23 euros with the funds raised by the startups that finished the program. And it's already late. We will have to update this information quite soon to see what's happening with the 2023 as well. When it comes to the EIT Jumpstarter, I already mentioned that it's not it's pan-European and cross-kick program. And this actually shows you the current year's kicks participating in the program. And it means that actually I would like to make you aware that sometimes you come with an idea which you believe is food because you want to do some nutrition-based plant-based food which can help. And it's a good idea, but maybe throughout the talks within the program or with our experts, you can realize that maybe you should apply to the health instead of the food, because the nutrition is also a very big part of the health industry. So I'm just telling you that you may come to us with an idea in one vertical, but be open-minded to understand that you may change between the verticals and you might be moving from one vertical to the other. What is unique about the program? So first of all, as Jumpstarter, we were awarded the EIT label last year, and that was the first year where we were using the EIT label in our program. And what's also unique about the EIT Jumpstarter that it's not only based on the verticals like the kicks, verticals which are equal to the kicks activities, but we also have two special categories. We had them last year and we have them this year as well. One of the categories is called New European Bauhaus. It's also cross-kick initiative focused about specific subject and themes. And the second one also focused on specific subjects, but it's Rebuild Ukraine. And this is the only category which forces the applicants who signed to this category to register a company in the specific country. The rest of the applicants can register in any of those countries that you've seen on the map. But the Rebuild Ukraine category was created especially to prevent the brain drain from Ukraine and to help people rebuild the country after the war is finished. Okay. What you get in the program, it was already very well mentioned by the case studies from our alumni and from last year's finalists. But there are actually a few things which I think are invaluable and cannot be replicated by any other acceleration program. One of them is the EIT brand, which as a brand itself opens many doors within the European Union and the European institutions, but also the private investors and corporations. Sometimes just showing that you have finished the EIT labeled program, acceleration programs, is a door opener to having a talk with a CEO of corporate or meeting a VC. Sometimes, as a case of one of the companies that finished EIT labeled programs, is that when they asked for the kick to participate in the talks with the VCs, it already turned out that the VCs were willing a lot quicker and easier to spend the money because the people showed that the EIT is also interested in the idea that was put on the market. So please remember that you are entering the startup world, you are entering the world of promotion, branding, and all those things which are related to PR and marketing as well. And one of those things you can use is the EIT label. Second thing is the access to the pan-European network. And I like to think about the Jumpstarter as the foot in the door of the European Union and European resources. We are the first step of getting into all of those, not only grants and financial instruments that are allowed, but also to the network that helps you move quite freely throughout the European Union and its economies. This comes to the second, to the third point, which is access to the market, and the last one is the financial options. And what we teach within the EIT Jumpstarter is that we show you that financing is easy to get, but and it's always available. But what's hardest is to show everybody that you can execute and deliver on your idea, because we have many people, especially at the beginning of the entrepreneurial way, who are coming to us and saying, hey, I have a great idea, I just need money for marketing. And believe me, if you start talking to any investor like that, it's already all the red flags are raised and almost nobody will invest in you. Because people first want you to prove them that you can sell your idea, you can convince others that your idea is interesting. And then once you show them that you can execute on that, they will give you the money to leverage your execution and to scale it a lot quicker. So financial options are interesting, but believe me, they're not the most important thing when starting the business. How does the EIT Jumpstarter program look like? It was already mentioned. Thank you very much for speaking so nicely about the program. But there are actually 3 phases of the EIT Jumpstarter. After the recruitment is over, by the way, it's open right now. If you go to EIT Jumpstarter or you enter my LinkedIn profile, you will see probably lots of links to registration to the program. So when you register to the program and when all the applications will be scored and evaluated by the external experts, based on the score, you will be accepted or not accepted into the program. If the score will be the same, the order of the applications will probably make a decision who's invited into the program. So the sooner you register, the little higher your chances are. And after you pass the first phase, and right now I will use the numbers from last year because this is something, this is hard data and we know how it looked. So last year we had over 600 applicants and we were able to choose 210. It was 9 verticals, so it was 20 startups per vertical, which is 180. Plus, on top of that, we had a special number of spots for the Western Balkan economies, and we had additional 30 spots just to be distributed among the Western Balkans applicants. So last year, out of those 600 people, 210 were invited to take part in the first phase of the EIT Jumpstarter, which also was already mentioned is called the bootcamp phase. This is online phase, and this phase is actually mostly to help you structure your thoughts and change them into a presentation about your product. So at the end of this 2-month period, because usually it ends at the end of June, you have pitch deck ready about your idea, And in the meantime, you take part in the sessions with the dedicated expert. You have online platform which you use, and you see there lots of different materials regarding specific subject on which you are working, but also you can have a contact with a real person in case you need any support or need. And after the first phase, which is called the online bootcamps, people are having this demo day, which is organized online in front of the jury experts from each of the KICs. So we have 9 panels discussions. All of the startups are presenting what they did for the last 2 months, and the jury members are choosing the best 10 startups to proceed to the next phase. So as you can see, we have like 50% cutoff rate at this moment from over 200 people. A little bit over 90 people were invited to the second phase, which was called local joining trainings. Local trainings are a mix of the online and in-person initiatives. They are happening in last year. It was 12 locations throughout Europe, and all the teams who passed to this phase were invited to join the location which was geographically closest to their point of residence. So it wasn't focused on the specific vertical, but it was more focused on the geography. And from my perspective, this is where the fun begins in the Jumpstarter, because now, first of all, the teams already know that they're working with the serious people. So everyone who didn't deliver or started the program and wasn't sure if the idea was for them was already cut off. And at this stage, one of the most important processes, in my opinion, as a person who's running acceleration programs for over a decade, is that the teams get to meet each other, talk to each other, and exchange the ideas. What is really important is that the founders really start to understand that the problems they're having, they're not individual. They all have the same problems. But when they start talking to each other, they realize that there are different solutions to the same problem, and each of them can react in a different way when it comes to talking about the problems they are facing. And this is one of the most valuable lessons from my experience when it comes to the Jumpstarter. So yes, we are the people who organize it. We provide you the curriculum. We have our colleagues who help us with the program, but the magic happens when you start talking to each other and learn from each other and understand that whatever you are facing, you're not alone, and you have other people who are also suffering just like you when running the business. And after this program, the teams who are moving throughout geographically, they get a grant from us. It's up to 2,000 euros in travel and accommodation costs. So all of you that move to this phase when you're traveling to the other country are paid for that visit. And I strongly encourage you, when you do that, not only to meet with the team from EIT Jumpstarter, but also explore the local ecosystem for the startups, VCs, entrepreneurs, and other opportunities which you might be facing, especially that when you're on the ground, you can ask others that are around you to support you and help you prepare some meetings and understand the local ecosystems. After that part, the teams are ready to prepare the business plan. They have to submit the business plan in October. And by the 1st of November, we evaluate the business plans, and the best 6 teams from each vertical are invited to come to the grand final. What it means is that you don't get the prize, you are just invited to come to the event, which was mentioned, was organized last year in Athens. This year, it was organized so well because we already start organizing this year's edition today. So we already know that this year's edition will happen in Budapest. We're already preparing for that. And this year it will be quite a big event because it will be lots of other EU initiatives that will also happen late November in Budapest. But first of all, the Budapest presidency of the European Union will be taking place. Then we are having the RISAT 10 initiative, which is all those regional innovation schemes running already 10 years. So it will be also a summary of this. Also, we are planning to have some additional finals of some other programs. So this year, the grand final of EIT Jumpstarter will give quite a big exposure to the people who will be presenting their live on stage, because like not any year before, we will have quite high level guests that will come and join. So I already invite everybody just to book a spot and remember to come to Budapest in November. And the people who come to the Budapest, they receive another grant, which is 1,000 euro for a team just to fly over and to be present during the event. At the event, each of those 9 verticals that are there have their special sessions on the stage, and the people are presenting their ideas just like on the X Factor, Dragon Dance formula. So they come on the stage, they present the idea, they answer the jury's question. After all of them presented, the jury members go to the secret room, they make a secret decisions who's winning and who's not, and they choose the best 3 startups from each category, and each of those startups is awarded a cash prize. The prizes for the first place is 10,000 euros, second place is 5,000 euros, third place is 2,500 euros. But in order to receive that money, you have to present us as the EIT Jumpstarter organizers the proof of registering the company. And by the company, we mean the company which is ready for investment. So this cannot be a solopreneurship or one-person company. It has to be something like the LLC, LTD company, which has sellable shares. So this is the only way how we can verify that the startup's idea is strong enough that founders trust it and they want to execute this. And then when they register, then they can have the cash prize. So what's next after the EIT Jumpstarter? When you finish it, actually the entire KICS and the European world stands open in front of you. These are just some examples from previous years. You have to be very careful. Don't take this as granted because every year it changes a little bit, but this is just an example. What you can do in each of the knowledge innovation communities within the EIT. These are the programs which are very good next step for the founders from the EIT Jumpstart. So summing up the journey, you come to the EIT Jumpstarter when you have an idea for a business. If you are the so-called first-time founder, this is our target audience. You have an idea, you never did any business, like it was mentioned by our colleagues before, and you want to see if your idea is valuable for the market, then you come, we test it, and together, thanks to us, you set up the company. If you already set up a company, or if you are a seasoned entrepreneur and you know the drill, the program is way too easy for you, and we're not for you. Unfortunately, we will not support you that much, but you can also look into the other initiatives. On the other hand, when you talk to the people from each of those specific KICs, usually they position EIT Jumpstarter as their first program because it's a multi-KIC program. Most of the KICs, usually each of the KICs says it's our program as well, which is very good in my opinion, because I really think that the EIT Jumpstarter is this good door opener and entry point to the European resources through the EIT communities. So everything depends on in which community you end up. This year we have something new. For the first time in the history of the EIT Jumpstarter, we are proposing the EIT Post-Jumpstarter program. What it means is that this year we will have a very small cohort just for all of the EIT Jumpstarter alumni from previous years. So anyone who finished EIT Jumpstarter and registered a company thanks to the EIT Jumpstarter program can attend this program. And this program is like a super accelerator that at the end of the program, we really hope that the people will get investment or at least POC with some of the corporate clients or other proof that their idea is valuable and successful. This program will be, it has very, very few spots. So also the order will be of applications will be important here, but we'll just focus probably on 5 to 7 startups with whom we will start. And then we want to introduce them to the local VCs and show those VCs that not only they started last year, but they're already so much ahead of the rest of the people. So we will prepare them also how to use the specific language to talk to the VCs, to the corporate business, etc. So this way it will be our first trial, but I also think it will be very valuable for the previous year's holders. And we really hope that this is also the first year, not the only year when we have the post Jumpstarter program. When it comes to the success stories, let me just share with you my favorite, not only because they raised until now the biggest amount of money when it comes to the EIT Jumpstarter, but also that the people from ILOF are amazing in giving back to the communities. They always talk and share the information about the Jumpstarter, that they're coming from us, that thanks to us they created the business plan, which they use up until today. So they're good givers back to the communities, but also what is important, in my opinion, is the line under the 5 million seed round, which you can see. It shows you my dream, perfect pathway of a EIT Jumpstarter alumni. And after finishing the EIT Jumpstarter, they attended another EIT, but kick-specific program, which was back then called Wildcard. After working with Jumpstarter, EIT helped, then they moved to the EIC. Then from the EIC, they moved to the Oxford University grants, and at the end, the Microsoft Ventures invested in them. So in these terms, this is for me the benchmark which I would love to replicate and make sure that all of our alumni go this pathway. Another one, very nice Recatalyst from Slovenia. They are very lovely team from this time from different region. The previous company ILOF was from Portugal. Recatalyst is from Slovenia. The other one was from health. This one is from materials. And what I really would like to point out also that my personal experience and the way I see when I look at the geographies, the distribution of the ideas is that in those less developed economies, there's bigger focus in startups on the hard products, I would say. So it's more like a machinery, mining, products, etc. And the more to the developed economies, it's usually more technological, just like the AI, machine learning, etc. So I'm just trying to point out that probably here we would have lots of opportunities regarding the heavy industries and how to incorporate them into the startups. So this is the end of the first part of my presentation about the basics behind the EIT Jumpstarter. And I would love to answer some of your questions.
Dear Piotr, thank you very much for the talk, although I missed 1/3 of the session. Can we say this program serves as a slight alternative to EIC, but in smaller scales, since ERC can go to the research funding, can go towards innovation and a company filling the gap 4, 6, the NASA standard TRL. Then this, can we say, kind of fills the gap 1 to 5, roughly replacing someone who's not academic, so they have another step to take.
So I'm not sure if I understood your question correctly, but I would guess that it's when you come to the EIT Jumpstarter, you usually come at the technology readiness level 0, 1, maybe 2. When you finish the EIT Jumpstarter, on average it's 5. Sometimes it happens to be 6, but like 4 or 5 is the most common end of the outcome of the EIT Jumpstarter.
It's like a good step before the EIC, can we say?
I would say so, yes. It's you have to understand that what we are doing at EIT Jumpstarter, it even has a name in the ecosystem, in the startup ecosystem. It's called the pre-accelerator. So this is what we do. And the name pre-accelerator applies that it's a good step then to go to the accelerators after that. And the EIC and the EIT Kicks accelerators are the very good next step for EIT Jumpstarter.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Piotr. I have 2 questions. The first question is regarding the EIT Jumpstarter post program. what is the difference with the support that the KICs give after the Jumpstarter program? I mean, you said that the EIT Jumpstarter finishes and then the companies can get some support vertical at the EIT KICs. So what is the difference with the program that they can get, the program support that they can have from the EIT post program? That's the first question. And the second question regarding the post program also, what are the evaluation criteria for selecting those 5 or 7 companies to join that program? Not the eligibility, but the evaluation criteria, the quality criteria.
Okay, so answering your question is that not every KIC every time has an open acceleration program. So sometimes the startups after the EIT Jumpstarter, they just enter the big void, like they don't know what to do because the KIC that they want to apply, for example, just finished the recruitment process a month ago and they have to wait another year. So we don't want those companies to wait unattended by a year or some long program, but we want to help them either to explore other opportunities, not only within the EIT, but also, for example, with the EIC, and also on the markets. So there are different other accelerators outside of the EIT communities which might be a good fit for them, especially those which are focused on some verticals which aren't presented by EIT, but also the for me, most important part would be to introduce those startups into the VCs. And in my opinion, sometimes they don't have to go through the accelerator to go to the VC. If they find a good fit with the VC they're talking to, it actually might prove to be more competitive for them, not competitive, more attractive to them, because the VC can provide them already the knowledge network and the stuff that they have within the specific industry. And the criteria will be based on what the startups will say, like what is their vision for development, and we'll probably choose the ones which, in our opinion, have the biggest chance of succeeding in the upcoming months on the market. So it also will be like the leveling up a little bit the business plan that they already prepared.
You need to have a prototype or something?
Well, usually when they finish Jumpstarter, they already have a prototype. So yeah.
Peter, thank you very much for your presentation. All the information was really invaluable. Thank you very much. My question is about the EIT label. You told us that last year, EIT Jumpstarter program received the EIT label. So could you please give us a little bit more information on the EIT label, and will there be any change, or there had any change about having EIT label in the EIT Jumpstarter program? EIT label had any effect on the process of EIT Jumpstarter?
So no, I think it was just a natural way, because the program already was active for a few years on the market, and because it was cross-KIC program, it wasn't associated with the EIT because the name was just a Jumpstarter, and I think that since it proved very successful, it received the label, and I don't think there are any plans for changing that in the upcoming future. Well, yes, you can call it also a quality seal. Yes, I like to think about it in those terms. Guys, for the next part of the presentation, please be more active, because I'm more used to workshops than presenting. So I like the interaction with the audience. So if you will not interact with me, then we will have a very long lunch break. Okay, so moving to the next part of the presentation, I just wanted to share with you, and please consider this as an open discussion, and let's talk or comment what you think about it. But these are actually, I'm going to show you the startups from 2023, which went to the grand final. It doesn't mean that they received the prize, but I'm just showing you which ideas last year went from the start until the grand final. So from 200 down to 50 startups that attended the grand final. And just to share it with you, I try to make sure that they are divided into the kick-specific vertical. So, for example, here you can see that we'll have some food ideas. I will not read everything that you see on the slides, but I will just move the slides every now and then. So you can see, this is, for example, the answering to the question about the technology readiness level. The startup finished with the technology level 3, and they already got funding of 20K. Another one, also from the food industry, they were actually the second place winners. And you have to understand that all of those companies were created at least in November or later. So when you see that they have a revenue, I think it already shows that they were quite successful with their idea, because having a revenue very shortly after registering the company is one of the hardest things when it comes to the to creating a startup. As you can see, we have companies from many different places in Europe, almost from every country in those risk countries that were shown. We have different ideas, so you can see sometimes there's just like a different approach to solving existing problem. Or sometimes we have very advanced technologies like this one, Lightly. It's actually the end product of the company is this case, which they already brought to the grand final as an end product, and this actually helps usually the custom officers at the border to check if the drugs which are committed as a specific drugs, for example, for Alzheimer or something, are really the drugs and not something illegal. So this very small briefcase verifies if the medicine is made from the legal or illegal ingredients, and it's going to be very good help on the borders. Migo Electric, Ukraine, my favorite in terms of showing how you can redo this thing which is done by many different people, and actually those people are I really like their passion about the product that they want to deliver. Neopil was the startup which won the biggest amount, because they not only won the first place in their category, but they also received the additional 5,000 euro grant for the Western Balkans, which was submitted, and it really helped them to start their product. What else? We have, if you would like to talk about any of those ideas, or you have your own ideas, please just raise your hand and we can discuss something. If you see something interesting here on the slides, please also stop me or tell me that you would like to learn a little bit more about it. I see if... Excuse me?
Hi, I'm Imre. What is BRL next to
Business readiness, business. First one is technology and B is business. Usually we use the technology readiness level, but some of the people like also BRL, but B stands for business in this case.
Is it also 1 to 9?
No, I think it's 6, I think. 1 to 9 as well? Okay, yeah. So,
thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and this year we really had an amazing representation from Turkish founders. And I'm saying founders because not all the founders decided to create the company in Turkey. Some of them were created in other European destinations. But I was surprised to see that there were 5 companies among the 27 finalists. So I think it's very good, like a proof for you guys that you should apply to this program. And since some of them will be talking, I would love to brag in their name, but I don't want to steal their show. So you will see the other companies speaking about themselves a little later. Yeah, and we even have this is, okay, it's from Poland, from my country, but that's not why I'm praising them. But for me, this idea is just crazy, because the two girls who are into the art and culture and creativity, they decided that they're going to make a paint out of cabbage, to be natural, to be bio-friendly, etc. And they're delivering that, and they're making a paint out of cabbage just to make sure that that it's healthy and nice. So it also shows a little bit wild ideas you need to have in your head, and you have to believe in yourselves to start it. And yeah, I don't want to bore you with all of those presentations. Yeah. It was just an idea. Yeah, it was just an idea, because they knew they were able to do something like this. Let me get, if I can find them again. No. Yes, they did. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we can talk a little bit just about raising being the successful founder. If you don't have any questions to me, then I will just speak. Please disturb me and try to get into interaction with me and ask me some questions. But what I want to share with you is the difference between the Eastern European, Southern European founders, and this is where I also consider you, Western Balkans and Ukraine, and the rest of the countries. So first of all, we are a little bit handicapped compared to the Western European countries or American countries. And it's probably down to many different reasons. One of the most important reasons I would have to guess is that we actually don't have an access to this intensive capital. But it's not only the intensive private capital I'm referring to, but also the venture capital. And by venture capital, I mean that when you talk to, for example, to American investors, they know that when they invest in a startup, it's just like buying a lottery ticket. Very expensive, but lottery ticket. And they already have decades of investing into those kind of instruments, so they know how risky it is. On the other hand, when we're talking about the, for example, Polish ecosystem, the investors are more risk aware. They don't like risk that much, so they want to be more sure of the investments they're making, and because of that, sometimes their investments are a lot harder. But if you're talking about a startup idea, and I want you to understand very, very well that we're here at Jumpstarter, we are talking about startup business, end of a story. If you want to run a vegetable kiosk, a bar, or a boutique, or a store, we're not a place for you, because these are completely different businesses. We have no idea how to help you with them. All we can help you with is the startup in this American definition sense, which stands for technology, which is globally scalable. And those are three elements. If you can provide your idea with those elements, then most likely your idea is a startup idea. And this is what we help everyone to achieve when they come to us. And when talking to the founders from this part of Europe, and I really want to make you aware that we have some flaws and we don't understand them very often. And the biggest problem is that sometimes in psychology there is this level of ignorance which is described as you don't know that you don't know something. And this is usually what happens when people want to start their business for the first time. They have no idea that they don't know many things. And starting business is tough because on average, it's like the third business that will work out for you. So if you do it on your own, and it means on average, and on average means that one of you will start a business and you will be successful, and the other one will start 10 businesses and you still will not be successful, right? So when you join an acceleration program, just like the EIT Jumpstarter, I'm not saying you're mitigating the risk and you will definitely be successful. I'm just saying that you raise your chances a lot higher because you don't have to make all the mistakes that you would make. And believe me, you will make lots of mistakes even with our help. So the EIT Jumpstarter gives you the curriculum, which is showing you what to do step by step based on the experience of the previous cohorts, of the previous founders. On the even today we can even refer to academic research based on startups. So we give you the knowledge, we give you the know-how, but we also teach you like which order of doing the things is important in order to be successful about the startups. And this is one of the things. The other thing is that we don't like pitching, and it's killing all of the investments in the first couple of years because founders from this part of the world, they don't pitch. They don't pitch enough, they don't practice enough. When I'm teaching pitching, I'm sorry for the rhymes, it's just because in order to teach somebody a very well-prepared one-sentence pitch, it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks, right? And usually we think, no, it's not a problem. I'll go on a stage, I'll say something. And then the people from Eastern Europe come to the stage and you just see either they're nervous or they lose a line or they don't know how to say something. And the startups, besides being a business, is also a marketing PR, which I already said. Because you have to understand that at the stage where your business is, the investor doesn't have guarantees that you will be successful. So he wants to know how much you believe in your business. So at the beginning, you are selling yourself and you are selling your vision and execution, or the vision about the execution of your idea. And you have to be sure that from the beginning, you know how to say that. Because in my opinion, pitching is the first MVP of your product. So I know wonderful researchers, I know wonderful programmers who come to me and say, I have this amazing idea for a product. I will program it for the next 6 months, and then it will be so good that I will put it on the market and it will sell itself. And they get frustrated because it doesn't happen. And that's why I say pitching is the MVP, because you should start from proving that your idea is saleable or that you can find people who will pay for it. And once you do that, then you can start coding. And this is usually what differentiates the startups from the other types of businesses, that at the beginning, there's many resources which you can use to fake the product. The product at the beginning shouldn't be perfect for many different reasons, and we can go into the discussion about this sooner or later. But if you're not academic and if you're not life-saving industry, believe me, you don't have to focus that much about the accuracy of the product and what you deliver to the final customer. At the beginning, first, show me that you can sell. Show me that you can build the list of the potential buyers. Show me that you can build the pipeline. Anything that shows your skills in attracting potential customers. Once you do that, then you start coding. And those are the little things that we show you throughout the program and that we want to share with you to help you not to waste time, because sometimes if you code too much, it just turns out that you cannot sell the product and you don't know what to do with the past 6 months that you've spent on creating something. I don't know, I could go and talk like that very long, but I would more enjoy if I could talk to you about the subjects that are interesting for you. So please reach out to me with some questions that you might have, either about your specific idea or if you have a question about general idea of running the businesses, or just comparing some different verticals or geographies. I'm also more than happy to discuss this with you. No?
Okay, thank you, Piotr. I will facilitate, I will break the ice, and I will start asking questions, so that hopefully will motivate the others.
Yes, let's do that.
To make an interaction on that. What I would like to hear from you, because you are so experienced and you have been in all this process in a holistic way, could you guide us and tell us a little bit from your experience, what are the success criteria for each one of the three phases of the EIT Jumpstarter. When you, before joining the online program, there were, you said yesterday, 600 ideas proposed. Then around 200 they were accepted. What was the filtering that actually was essential in that stage? Then what was the filtering in the second stage? And of course, the last one to take the grant awards. So if you can guide us a little bit on that.
So when we're talking about the criteria or fulfilling the criteria, you have to understand that they are very, on one hand, they are very strict because we have evaluation form, which has to be evaluated by all the evaluators in the same way. But it actually depends on sometimes on how the evaluator understands what you write. So it's also very important that from the beginning, you are very clear about what your idea is about, what your business is, and what is the skill set. And besides the geographical formal criteria, the most important criteria, I would say, is not the advancement of the idea, but how well team fits into delivering the startup based on that idea. So as an example, let's say that there's a team of guys who say, okay, we see that there is a problem with the women shoes, right? So like, it's like, why guys are talking about women's shoes? It might be just something that doesn't allow them to pass this criteria. But usually it's just being very clear about why you started this idea, why are you passionate about it, and why do you, and how can you prove us that you will deliver on that idea? So what's your background and experience showing that you will do that? That's how I would answer your question. The other stages are, I'm coming back again to doing a little bit show about what you're doing, because like at the startups, you have to present your idea, present your passion. So because the ideas are very, very similar after the first stage, then the winners are usually the people who are showing the biggest, I don't know, PR marketing around their product, and that are showing that can go the extra mile than the other people to deliver their idea. So usually it comes to the way they present. Considering that all the presentations are the same, then usually the winners are the ones who present it in a more energetic way, more active way, and the way that shows that they will do a lot more than just read the presentation.
Any other question? We're going to have a dialogue here or something. But
No, I think you're the only one, so we can talk.
Let's see. So, if I want to summarize. So, first of all, I would like to highlight that submitting your EIT Jumpstarter application is not a complex thing. I think you have to complete an online form with just some sections that are 100 words, more or less, your idea, what is your team, 100 more words.
Yes.
So it's not complicated at all, the whole process.
Yeah.
So this is why I understand that you really need to believe in this idea and express in just 100 words the high value of it, and then the high value of your team, again in 100. So these are the two success factors,
yes,
if I understand well, for the first stage.
Yes.
Then as soon as you join the online bootcamp or the online courses, this is, as you've shown, around 16 hours or so work from the side of the applicants. So then, in order to be selected for the local support, what can you just explain a little more out of those 200 more or less applicants, in order to be selected and be the 50 we said, so in order to be in the top 50, what it takes, apart from believing in it, apart from presenting it very well?
So I will surprise you, because half of the people will drop out of those who don't pass to the next phase, because some of them don't even come to the pitching days at the end of the online. So it's becoming a little easier, because the ones who at the beginning said they believe that throughout the program, they just drop out because, I don't know, the program is too time consuming, and you say it's like only 16 hours. So, if 16 hours is too much time consuming for you, then you definitely shouldn't start your own business. And those who come to the end are usually those who did what was asked them to do. Because those who don't pass are usually the people who didn't attend all the session, or they didn't deliver all the slides. And this is just the basic statistics, unfortunately, for many of the people.
So number one success criterion is commitment.
Yes, but that's with everything you do. Like if you're committed and you're resilient and you want to do something, yes, that's more than half of the success.
So that's the commitment, and then the pitching at the end when you are presenting in the finals your
Yes.
idea. Perfect. That sounds very encouraging, actually, and I think it's the perfect place for seeing your dream idea, getting some support of that. Excellent. I have some further questions. I will come back, but before that, I would like to see whether there is anyone else.
I would like to pull one of the things that something which I really like about the audience today, especially the in-person audience, because I don't know who's online. I didn't see that, but I really like that we have so many women here. And believe me, I believe that women are the next big thing in the startups and entrepreneurship. So I strongly, strongly encourage you to apply with your ideas, and don't be shy. And believe me, women are more shy than guys, even if they shouldn't. For example, if we have two ideas, one is very weak and presented by a guy, and the other one is quite good and presented by a woman, the guy trusts himself a lot more than the woman on the same scale. And I would really love that to change, because I really see that girls have a lot, sometimes better ideas or more mature ideas, but they're just not believing in themselves enough, and they should, because from what I see, they're a lot better entrepreneurs than the men when it comes to the commitment to the startups. And you had a question, if I remember.
Okay, so I will add
two
evaluation criteria. It's commitment and confidence.
Commitment
okay,
and
so maybe
yes.
we'll have one after.
Thank you very much. I'm Elif Duman. I have established my company 3 months ago. So I'm not sure if EIT Jumpstarter is good for me or not, but the idea is not very mature yet, as I can say. I want to ask you, I am searching for some EIT programs for about 1 year, and I'm not sure if EIT Jumpstarter is a good fit for me, or by the way, my company is a biotechnology company, which is working on precision fermentation. And if I should apply for EIT food programs, or EIT Jumpstarter can be a good transition point for me.
Okay, so the first thing we have to know is, like, was your company set up in 24 or 23?
23.
23, then sorry, no Jumpstarter for you, unfortunately, because the idea of the program is to create the companies in the year in which we are having applications, right? So that's why we're strongly. But besides that, everything you're saying, you're a perfect fit for a Jumpstarter. Unfortunately enough, just the formal criteria you don't meet at this moment.
It was 26th of December.
Yes, she can create another company and reapply.
Okay, thank you very much.
But guys, if you're not sure if you're not sure if the program is for you, then the answer is probably yes, it is for you. We have a friend over there who wanted to ask a question. No? Oh, sorry. Okay. No, sorry. My bad.
I actually came with 3 words. So the 3 C's, I will call. It's commitment, confidence, and communication for the pitching. I think fits very well. I think the 3 C's, if you see it that way.
And we can add 2 more, creating company.
Creating a company, because especially if you have one, excellent. So it's the 5 C's. It's the magic letter, I think C. Excellent. Now, my second question that I would like to raise, I saw all these success stories, and I see that most of them have raised a lot of funds. Not all of them, but a significant number of them. So my question is, first of all, the timeline. When was the time that they normally managed to receive funds from that? After I guess that was after the EIT Jumpstarter. So when was that? And which were the winning factors for that? Did they need to have, instead of an MVP, their pitch? Did they need to have something like a prototype to show, or just with their presentation, but presenting it well, they managed to have those pre-seed or seed or financial support from some investors? This is my question.
So going from the end, I very rarely see the investment based on presentations. It almost doesn't happen. If it happens, it's usually for the second or third time founder. So if somebody created company, sold the company with successful and just has a presentation, those are usually the people who can have the investment based on the PowerPoint. So majority of everyone, they usually receive the first investment under two criteria. One of the criteria is having a first sales. If you can prove that you can sell your product on the market and that you have already issued invoices for your product, they don't have to be big in the startup world. This is the beauty about it. But if you can show that you invoice, that you have issued an invoice 1 month, second, third, fourth, etc., and you're consecutive about it, it's a lot easier to get any type of the investments from the VCs. The second type is actually based only on MVP. It's a little more than just a presentation, but at least the MVP. And here a lot depends on the vertical of the business in which you are. So if you are in a money-heavy industry like health, like big data, AI, etc., then it's understandable that sometimes creating the product needs money. But if you're, for example, in any kind of I know, digital, sometimes even food or some software-related ideas, then you realize that it's not money heavy. It's more about just finding the perfect marketing way to communicate your startup. And majority of the startups are based on the technology and the marketing around it, actually. So answering your question is that no, presentation is not enough to get funding from the market. Good presentation, good MVP with a strong team behind it who can prove that it spent already months on creating the MVP and different resources can get the money. And the easiest way to get money is showing that you can sell the product that you have created. And of course, there's another way to get money, which are all the additional grants and different things which are associated, but usually associated with the academic related programs and startups. So I already shared the story of Ilov, which I think it's a very good story because it was in the previous presentation, so I don't. Yeah, I have it here. Yeah. So we have it. So this was it, and actually the bottom line shows you the way that they went through. So it was like the EIT Jumpstarter, EIT Health specific program, the EIC accelerator, then the Oxford University accelerator, and then the Microsoft Ventures at the end. And they started actually because their platform allows easier development of drugs. But they're doing this for the drugs to be more personalized. So just an example, thanks to their solutions, when we create an aspirin, we don't create an aspirin which everyone buys at the pharmacy, but we create an aspirin specifically designed for this specific patient. And this is how they developed the drugs for the Alzheimer. And it was just the first of the drugs which they helped develop thanks to their platform. But it all started as an idea. Another one, which is also quite interesting for me because it is also heavy on money, and research was Orga Value, which I don't have at these slides, and they help to print the organs. So instead of waiting for a real person to die in order to be able to do transplant, they are helping to print biologically the organs which can be used in other people. So we have different ideas as a Jumpstarter, because you come to us with this brainstorm you are having in yourself among different companies. You usually come to us with a specific idea, and throughout the course of the program, there's a big chance, almost 50% chance, that you will change your idea into something different. But this is what the program is about, just to make you think and share your ideas and rethink again what can be done or improved in whatever you are doing.
I think this slide is very helpful, especially as you said, the bottom one with the different stages that they have. So they had to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different stages until they receive the Microsoft Ventures Fund support. So I guess you or the EIT Jumpstarter program at the beginning, when they first joined, can you tell us what they had in hand apart from a great idea? Did they have something else?
They just had an idea. They just came with an idea and nothing more.
So they didn't have any experiments in the labs or something to see?
They have some medical background.
But just experience, personal, the team?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's very impressive and very interesting. And then when they exited from the EIT Jumpstarter, they went to the EIT Health. Can you tell us?
Yeah, the wildcard program was back then EIT Health program. I'm not sure if it still exists, but it was just like this additional acceleration.
So there was additional acceleration, and then they applied for the EIC Accelerator. They received funding on that. And then the next one...
Oxford Foundry. It was it was created, accelerator by Oxford University.
Okay. All right. That is, so it didn't affect that they had to move into UK, because UK by that time it was not member, I guess, of.
I think back then it might have been a member, but it doesn't matter at this stage. It only matters at the beginning where you set up the company, and then we just support you to grow. It doesn't matter where your company is, and I think that ILOF officially they're saying they're Portuguese/UK-ish right now, but. Because they have officially those two offices in Portugal and UK.
Right. Very, very interesting. We will be looking their journey more and more, because this is an inspiration, I think, company for everyone.
Yeah, well, actually, I think that all of you, like you are here, you have to understand that startups is not easy, especially for the people coming outside of this ecosystem. So if you're coming to me, I know you're from the outside of the ecosystem. So I know it's going to be hard for you, because if you're from the inside of the ecosystem, you know the people, you know whom to reach, you know whom to ask for the money, where to get the grants and investment. But if you come here, you have to understand that the biggest resource you can build or have to build is your personal in terms of the company network. And by network, I don't mean only the investors, but also the partners, business partners, colleagues, etc. Because the assumption for many people starting a business is that, oh, I have this idea, I'll create a startup, I'll go to accelerator program, then after 6 months I will go on the market and I will raise the money, and in 8 months I will have a running business. And it kills everybody, because they don't understand that nobody will give you money just because you are good looking. Like, it's not that. The people have to learn you. They have to get to know about you a little bit more. And thanks to the acceleration programs, for example, like EIT Jumpstarter, when you finish the program, you tell those people, okay, look, I'm from the EIT and I have a proof I am committed because I finished the program. So for 6 months, they tested me. I showed my commitment. So it's a little easier to do the next steps. But anyway, they will have to meet you. They will have to talk to you. So even after you finish the Jumpstarter, it usually takes more than a couple of months then raise the money. We have an exception here. I hope the team will say a little bit more about their experience, but this is exception. This is not standard. So after you finish the program, you need to meet the people. But the good thing about the Jumpstarter is that you start meeting those potential investors, angel investors, or VCs during the program, because they might be your mentors, they might be your experts, or they might introduce you to somebody who might be useful in your investment pathway in the future. We have a question from the audience.
Thanks again. The question is about Oxford and Microsoft. Do they not care where you locate your company, or do they have
I don't know. I would
requirements?
say it also depends on what kind of funding they have, because I don't know if you're aware, but for example, the UK has this TechNation, which is their official government program. And I'm guessing that if the Oxford got the money from TechNation, then probably you need to do it in the UK. But if the Oxford got the money from private investors, then probably it doesn't matter where. So everything depends on the program, not only about the company, but also about the specific program which they're recruiting for at the moment.
But you would want the company to stay in the Eurozone, right? You want
Yes, that's why
also.
we are doing the Jumpstarter, and we are asking people to launch the company within especially those Central Eastern European countries, because we want to show that here we can also create sustainable startups.
So it's still fine that Britain is a semi-Eurozone still.
For a later stage, it's your clients. Like where you sell, it doesn't matter. It's what matters is where you pay the taxes.
Okay, I feel like saying re-enter Brexit, post-Brexit, reconnecting, if you see what I mean.
No, we had nothing to do with that. So it was the independent decision of the company. It had nothing to do with the Jumpstarter team or people related with the EIT.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. Actually, I want to add something, if you let me. There are really good opportunities, as you said, just like EIC Accelerator. But EIC Accelerator is a very competitive program and covers all thematic areas, and it also has challenge topics. So EIT, what I mean actually, EIT Jumpstarter is a really good start to move your application to other EIT Accelerator programs and get ready for EIC Accelerator, because EIC Accelerator is a great opportunity, also includes investment, just like EIT. But to do that, first we start with EIT Jumpstarter.
Yes,
right?
definitely, especially that even people after Jumpstarter sometimes are too early for the EIC or other KICS accelerator programs. So it all depends on where you finish and how fast you develop your business after you finish the program.
Thank you so much. I can add some comment about, is there any fast track or plug-in mechanism for firstly, the granted from Jumpstarter, after that to gonna be directly submit a full application in EIC Accelerator as well? Some link, is there some link or independent mechanism?
Those are independent organisms. Officially, we are independent companies, but since we are all under the European Commission, then we try to cooperate and we try to build a pipeline between each other as much as we can, but nothing formal.
I think we are done with the questions, but we can take final ones if you have any, but I don't think that. So we can have a lunch break. We have some sandwiches and refreshments, and I can give you 40 minutes sharp. So let's be here at 1:05, okay? In 40 minutes. Yeah, 1:10. Yeah, 1:10. 1 o'clock. Okay, then 1 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
1 o'clock. Okay, sharp. Gözüküyor mu? Hi Imre, can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear, if you can hear me.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you for being with us today. In the morning session, we had our success story presenters, and Peter is with us, and Nicolas, and they walked us through EIT in general. So now I would like to invite you to do your presentation about the cases from Turkish students and teams. I think floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Then let me share my screen here. I hope you can see it.
Yes, indeed, I can see it.
Okay, so what I would like to do, and thank you very much for inviting me, that I would like to quickly introduce the EIT raw materials, but not in a detailed manner of the KIC itself, but the topics we are looking for and the scope that is important for us in Jumpstarter, because that usually causes some confusion. And then where we are focusing, and then just to demonstration, I would like to showcase some topics that we have in the previous years that we received good applications, and I would like to focus at the end of the presentation too of the examples that were highlighted Jumpstarter 2023 and 22, and then they are coming from Turkish students and teams. So let me just go to the next screen. So EIT raw materials, and I heard that the EIT and the KICs were introduced. EIT raw materials is one of the knowledge and innovation communities focusing on the so-called raw materials. Just as any other KICs, the structure is similar, that we have partnership among research institutions, higher education institutions, and industry. but again, focusing on the raw material sector. And then this is the the first, let's say, important sentence that I would like to a bit of enhance. But when we are talk about raw materials, we are mostly and mainly think about metals and minerals. So it's not raw materials in a way that is a plastic waste, often considered as a raw materials in generally. That is not mainly our focus, or textile waste is not mainly our focus. We are focusing mostly on metals and minerals. Just to continue the presentation, that you can see that if you have a close look of our partnership, and then this list is actually available through our website so that you could have a detailed look. Those are players of the metals and minerals industry, so that's connecting to the mining industry, and then that's very important. And why it's important? Because we have follow-up activities other than Jumpstarter. So Jumpstarter is a very early step that we are looking for idea holders, teams that have a good business idea, somewhat connected to the metals and mineral sector, and they hopefully establish a startup company that could have somewhat contribute to the success of this sector. And then in follow-up activities that we would like to actually connect those startups with this ecosystem that you can see in the screen. And that's why it's very important that it has to be within the scope. Otherwise, we are not getting successful connecting them with these companies, the focus of companies or research organizations. The focus of them is as well metals and minerals, and then that's why basically they are teamed up with EIT raw materials. It sometimes happens, and then maybe this is just let's say a practical outlook that someone applies to us as a raw materials topic, and then we see that it's not really a raw material topic. Don't worry about this, because what we do, and then this is probably was told before, it's a cross-kick activity, so that we gladly share with our partner kicks that, hey, we found this topic, this is a very good application, it's not really within our scope, but maybe it's manufacturing, maybe it's closer to energy sector, so please, energy, take it over. And then usually we make this trade, so every team goes in the right fit and then could get the maximum support that their idea deserves, and then for the most benefit of the sector and the team itself. So no worries, it's just let's say a practicality. And then I would like to go a bit of a more detailed examples here. So when we talk about minerals and metal sector, we really think about the whole value chain. And then I know that Turkey is a kind of an important country in this regard, because that has a very strong minerals and metal sector. So the ideas we are looking for, and then here is basically starts with the exploration. So in Europe, we know that we have major areas, the Balkan Peninsula, the Iberian Peninsula, the Scandinavian countries that are, let's say, the most important within the European Union, or closer to the Europe, that important in terms of mineral resources. But then the rest of the European Union is that we have a bit of a lack of knowledge. So exploration techniques is very important for us. The thing is that it's a lot of agriculture, forestation, cities are there as well in Central Europe. So the non-invasive technologies, even using digital technologies, Earth observation, AI, big data in this field that's where we are looking for, because that's a non-invasive way to basically to see if there's a possibility for finding a resource there. And that's why it's very important. I could tell you that most of the, or let's say the highest number of ideas and applications are coming from this area, and then you will see it from even the examples. Of course, then the next step is the mining project and the mining activities. So any idea that could support mining activity, digitalization, predictive maintenance of mining equipments, something to relate it to health and safety, anything that could actually buy in the residents of the area contributes to let's say social value creation. That's also something that we are looking for. So a good business model that could promote this social license to operate for a mining operation, just to mention a few examples, that's also very important. And then we go through processing and metallurgy, makes it more environmental safety, more efficient in terms of energy or water use, or reducing CO2 emission of all these processes that we know that, for example, the metallurgy part is one of the most CO2 intensive industries. So any way that we can make it greener, even if it's a small step, but multiple small steps could lead us to actually reach our climate targets. So that's something that we definitely looking forward. And then manufacturing, at least part of the manufacturing, if someone has a good idea how to substitute critical or toxic materials in products, and then this is where maybe also plastic could be within scope. If there's a good polymer that could substitute a critical raw material, then it's something that we are also looking for, or methodologies or good ideas to how to design certain products for more optimal recycling end of the lifetime of the product. That is something that within our scope, and of course any advanced recycling technology that helps us to get those materials back to the cycle. And efficiency wise, it's important that we know that there are a lot of challenges because for example, even in steel industry or different metal industries, that the alloys are very often hard to combine and get a good quality alloy just from the secondary raw materials. Also, some elements tend to just build up in the alloys, and then it's hard to get rid of them. So that breaks down the quality. Lots of things. And then also there are some elements, for example, indium, that is for photovoltaics is very important, but the recycling rate is just below 1%. And that's something that, for example, also to tackle. So in general, we're looking for all these elements that could support this green transition, lightweight building, of lightweight construction of different materials. So that's something that it's very important to us throughout the whole value chain. Let me show you another diagram. This is from a new report that connects the so-called critical and strategic raw materials. There is a list within the European Union that defines critical and strategic raw materials, connects to critical technologies that are crucial for specific sectors, to renewables, to enhanced e-mobility, and also the defense and the space industry. And then you can see that without those raw materials, those technologies, and then let's say the European competitiveness cannot be reached or enhanced. So any idea that goes in this direction to somewhat secure those sources responsibly, and then responsible sourcing is another topic that for example, avoiding child mining, using underage kids for mining, so that throughout the whole value chain somewhat secure this, and then get to know, and traceability is again an important. So I see a lot of solutions or potential solutions that could be in the digital domain, but somewhat focusing as a market into the raw material sector. So don't worry, it's not all the ideas are something that should be very, let's say, investment intensive, because digital solutions are also very often something that we are looking for or find very useful. Many of our supported startups are basically big data or data management or blockchain-based traceability startups, and then they are doing very well in this sector. But also maybe you notice that when I'm talking about the sector and all this, you might notice that the majority of the startups probably came out from the business-to-business relation. So that the business-to-customer relation within our sector or our supported startup portfolio is pretty low. And then that's because of the specificity of this industry. Just to show you some concrete examples from last year to start with, and then just to give you and then the participants or maybe the potential applicants some ideas that, okay, but then what I should look for, or if my idea fits well. So that, for example, there were some ideas that used aerial drones and image analysis, identifying new resources, right? So that was the drone itself, so the hardware and the software and the methodology that was part of the application. Or there was metallurgical slag utilization. Also, just to mention, there was gamification applied and even a software that would support waste management companies getting cleaner waste streams for optimal or more efficient waste processing. So the outcome could be a better quality and then even in a lower cost. And then this is where I'm going to turn into the two examples that came from Turkey. And then the first one is Farmine Aysenur Öztürk. She's active in LinkedIn, so you can also find her in LinkedIn and maybe also connect with her later and then ask her experience and then how she's going with this. She was part of EIT Raw Materials Label Program, one of the EIT Raw Materials Label Program, and then they were actually the winner of Raw Materials thematic field in 2022, so 2 years ago, when the grand final was in Krakow. And then her team came up with a mobile slag processing plant idea, so that the business idea was on an artisanic type of processing of mining and processing residues where gold or other precious metals are in the waste stream. So there was like a mobile process technology, and then that was the one idea. And the other one I would like to mention here come from Burak Tokçu. He was the grand finalist last year, so he presented this idea, Mind View, last year during the grand final. And then that idea was basically an AR/MR application in mining and exploration. So there was like a support service, data collection that could support exploration process and mining activities. And he is also very active in LinkedIn, so that you can also find him and MindView company in LinkedIn, and even you can contact them and check. So those are very good examples that what we are looking for. They were quite successful, and I would like to just encourage everybody that has similar ideas just to please apply and start the journey with us, even though if it's just an idea phase, because we are really keen to support you all the way through, make your dreams happen, but also with the benefit of the society and also the sector. And just a few pictures. Those are the Farmine team from 2 years ago, and then this is Burak last year as he presenting his idea. And then maybe just an additional information that we will have a separate webinar to talk about Jumpstarter and these topics. And we have a special guest, the winner team from last year, Matt Vision and Robert, who is the co-founder. And then this webinar will be next Monday. It's online. I know that maybe two events around the same topic in that short time period within, it might be not useful or boring, but if you feel like, then please, this is still open and you can register, and then you can have a more detailed explanation of the experiences with the raw materials field from Robert. He will be our let's say, major speaker in this webinar. So that was from my side. Thank you very much. And then of course, I'm open to any questions if there's any regarding the scope, the topics, anything that could be interesting for the participation. And of course, I will share the presentation with the organizers, and it's of course free to distribute. There is no secrets in there. It's a very generic presentation.
And hi, Imre. Thank you so much for the presentation. I don't think that we have right now questions. We only have one question for you, and why don't you come here and ask it? Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for this presentation. That was very helpful, insightful for me also. I have to admit that I didn't know what EIT raw materials was doing. Now I know, I have a better view on that. I've seen in the presentation that you have collaborations with Asia and Australia and some other countries. Can you comment a little bit on that and elaborate what kind of collaborations you have?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with the details of those collaborations. I know that we are looking for, let's say, partners. One important collaboration is that we have the European Raw Materials Alliance. That's our investment platform. And then where the participation in that investment platform is, let's say, globally open. So anyone from the globe can be part of this investment platform. It's called the European Raw Materials Alliance. And basically what we're looking for here is good investment cases, because what we're doing is to support good investment cases, and then you can name it from opening a mine at that scale, or supporting startups with investments directly from specific investors, from angels to big banks, right? So to support them accessing those finance that needed for the growth of all these mining projects or any kind of investment cases. So that's one specific case I know, and then many members and partners are from Australia, Asia as well, Canada. Other than that, I'm not familiar with all the details that we are doing in these regions. I know that we start being very active recently.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Imre, for that. One more question. I've seen that you are
just to add that, so that if you send me an email, because my email is, let's say, available, then I can connect you with someone who can give you a more detailed, explanation, and maybe that's relevant to you.
Excellent, and thank you for that. That is really appreciated. One more question regarding, I've seen that you cover a lot of different sectors, and that was very interesting. So if there is a company that fits in under the sectors that you are welcoming in your programs, can you elaborate a little bit on what kind of specific support can be provided to those companies? So suppose that someone has an idea, as you said, on how to extract minerals and recycling those minerals that are wasted. So what kind of support you can give to them specifically?
Okay, so let's say, and just to clarify, this is a startup has a good idea, let's say not that mature, that would like to have a good relevant idea to the industry. So that we have an accelerator and the booster program. So that gives additional funding, also connecting with relevant players. So that could be really helpful in validation and basically getting the first customers. So that comes with also additional financial funding, but that's maybe not the major thing, because in booster it's 200,000 euros a year, and then in accelerator is depends on the phase, and it's smaller. Also, we have specific venture forums that we are organizing, so that we're connecting these companies to investors. That's also a very specific activity, and it usually is connected to our EIT Raw Materials Summit, which is going to be this year in May 14 and 16. And then if you just look it in Google, EIT Raw Materials Summit, and then usually we have connected to that this venture forum. We have open innovation challenges to our partners. These big companies come when defining a very specific challenge, and then we usually inviting these startups, small companies within our portfolio that we supported before or we are engaged with to participate. And basically, this is again a good opportunity to the companies introduce themselves to to specific companies through a specific challenge, but also we are supporting startups on making themselves visible in the market. There is the PDAC. That's actually happening in Canada. This is the biggest mining or mineral exploration related, let's say, world forum. That's so we usually supporting startups to be present at all these events and make themselves visible to the industry and expose themselves to the industry. Other than that, also that we have the CAVA proposals, as most of the KICs have, right? So that these like innovation projects that scaling up specific technologies, and then we are inviting startups as well to participate in these, because then they have the opportunity to get additional funds as well, but working together with additional partners to make some fine-tuning, validation, as well upscaling of their technology. And that's also usually kind of an expectation to lead to the market. And usually those startups could be a very good commercialization partner for those technologies that they are working on. So I think that's a quite big portfolio that we could really provide for these startups. And well, the best to see follow up of them, some of them, and see their let's say the quotes, and then how they actually talk about the support they got, because then they are sometimes very happy. And then just want to mention that the specific events that we have, expert forums, those are more niche technological events that we are organizing throughout the year. Last year we organized 3 of them around photovoltaics, hydrogen technology, and responsible sourcing. And then these are where we usually also invite startups to expose themselves to the audience that are usually coming from different companies, but from the technology perspective, that's not high level, not CEOs there, but more technology persons on those events. So
I see you play a significant role in transforming research findings into innovative solutions in the areas that you're targeting. Are you participating as an EIT of raw materials, as a partner in collaborative Horizon Europe projects like innovation actions in order to accelerate that transformation? Is that a common practice? Is that something in your plans? Because I think personally,
yes,
this is something that is needed.
okay, yes, I mean, yes, but with those we usually considering carefully in which we participate, so that we are not going with every kind of Horizon Europe proposals or projects, but those are that very strictly somewhat aligned with our objectives. But yes, there are several Horizon Europe projects in different scale that we are participating and contributing.
Okay, so if we have some here Turkish beneficiaries that would like to take advantage of your expertise and accelerating their innovative solutions, whom they should contact with? Should they come in contact with you and you can bring them with some other people in touch? Or if
no,
they would like to initiate
I mean, of course I can do. So if it's easier to you, then you can reach out to me. We have a business development and sales director, Krzysztof Kubacki. You can find him through our website. He's a Polish person, and then he is also responsible for the so-called alternative funding activities that we are doing. And then we actually assign all these Horizon and, let's say, non-EIT type of funding activities that we are participating as partner. And then the best is through him. But if you connect me, and I can connect you, of course, with the right person. So no mistakes can be made, because then it's everybody very collaborative.
Thank you for that. It's much appreciated. Any further questions from the audience that you would like to raise now? You need to exploit that kind of resource and expertise as much as possible. So try to think about it. But
I'm available to provide answers later. If there's, if you have more questions later, maybe a reason you collect, send it to me, and or directly people can reach out to me. I'm also active in LinkedIn, so just put my name in LinkedIn. There's not much Imre Gomkötő in LinkedIn, so you can find me easily.
You are so helpful. Much appreciated. Be aware of what you promise, because you might be bombed with a lot of requests, but that's okay.
No worries. People who know me, that they know that I'm usually responsive on these platforms.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Now we are rolling into the pitching session.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your participation. Thank you.
For this session, we have 3 different speakers, and one is with us physically, and the later 2 will also join online. And now I'd like to invite Ali Kaya from Pavea for his presentation. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to send my greetings to TÜBİTAK and EIT team for enabling such a beautiful event. I'm Ali Kaya, co-founder of the Pavea. Today, I would like to talk about our idea at first, then we will move on to the Jumpstarter experience. We might be the youngest team in the event because we start working on our idea while studying in the university. I'm still an aerospace engineering student at ODTÜ METÜ, and very lucky to have such a beautiful team dedicated to work and innovation. They are really good risk takers. I would like to mention about the idea. The Pavea provides smart charging operations and smart charging algorithms for electric car fleets. The electric car market increasing exponentially all over the world. And today we have 100,000 EV car in Turkey market, and we will reach 2 million cars within just 5 years. The market is growing up fast, but a startup should set a good problem what they should solve about. In Turkey, we thought about we will reach 1 million car, but there is a problem about the energy prices actually, because even though we use gasoline or diesel for our current cars, when we move to the electric cars, the fuel cost will be based on the electricity. When you look at the graph, you see such a big differences between just couple hours. The electricity prices is changing every hour, every day. So if you charge your car at the wrong time, you need to pay maybe triple of the charging costs based on the electricity prices. With the transformation of electric cars, the companies will need new technologies and face with another problems. For instance, charging a car is not that easy. If you have thousands of cars, you need to make a good plan how to charge your cars, when to charge your cars, how much electric car do you have, how much charger you have. The operational plans are changing very fastly. And also you need to be able to see your capabilities, what's your operation hours, whether those charging profiles are suitable for your operations. And also the carbon emissions is another problem all over the world because we are trying to reduce the carbon emissions of the companies. So we need to provide some solutions for them. What we do, we have a software that analyzes our customer needs such that how much electric car we have, what is our charging operation times. For instance, we can talk about Turkey's examples. If you think about a shipping company, cargo delivery company, they deliver their shippings until 7 p.m. So they, after that time, they parking their cars and starting the operations again at 7 a.m. So we have 12 hours to charge the cars, but we only need 5 hours to charge. So if you create a logical plan, as our algorithm did, you can save your fuel costs up to 40% or 50%, depending on your operations, which is a huge saving for a company. So by using smart softwares, you can save up to 40% from the fuel costs, but also improve your battery health up to 6%. But carbon emissions also is another factor. If you don't need a full charge every day, you can also shift your charging days and reduce carbon emissions. So what we are saving for our customers, the Pavea can we save up to 3 million euro per year for a company that we can image for our daily delivery operations. During the Jumpstarter program, we started from the ground. We were just students that has a good idea, but we built a business plan and analyzed our risks and weaknesses. During the program, we have done POC programs with the municipalities in Turkey. We also talked with some of the municipalities in Europe, contracted over 60 charging points, which is a good deal for a new startup. We also made some contracts with energy companies to provide our customers better energy supply chain procedures. But let's talk about the Jumpstarter journey. As we mentioned a lot, we were just 4 students that want to develop something innovative. We joined a program called Best for Energy, funded by the European Union, and we developed an idea in just 2 days. And our mentor said that, yeah, you have a logical point, but you need to work a lot. Why don't you guys move to the EIT? There are good programs in there. And our Jumpstarter experience started at that point. We have an idea on the hand, but creating a business is so much different for being a student. You need to analyze so many things. For instance, you try to create a good product, but if you try to sell a Rolls-Royce to a student car, you won't be succeed. So you need to know your product very well and analyze your market. And those product market would be so nice so that you can sell your products and survive. So all of the things are based on the business plan. Business plan is a wide definition because it's including your risks, your products, your marketing strategy and financials, most of the things. And Jumpstarter is the road that you can travel around it. You start with an idea on the hand, but you need to analyze so many things. What we have achieved, we attend online boot camps and educated ourselves about how to be an entrepreneur, actually. Then we joined the local joints, and they give us a workbook called For Entrepreneurs Who Believe. And this handbook is the questions of your idea, actually. If you can give answers, all of the questions in the workbook, most probably you will be a good entrepreneur because you know your idea, you know your risks, you know your business plan, and how will you survive. During the 8 months, we have improved our pitch deck, obviously, and defined our value propositions as VCs like and how our customers would like to hear. And we built a strong ground for a company. We also analyzed our future risks, improved our network, and which is the most important thing if you try to sell an idea. So we just created a business plan from an idea within just 8 months, and we have raised 2 million lira and contracted with the giants of the industry in Turkey. And we will start giving services in UK and Germany by 2025. We are also talking with customers from Europe. The grand final was a extremely beautiful event because you see that your idea turn into a business plan that is appreciated by other people. So it's like your child, and we just needed a jump to start and EIT given to us. What is my suggestions? It's very basic ones actually, but be honest with yourself because you need to know your weaknesses. Everyone can think an idea, but those ideas should be analyzed really well because if you had a good idea, it should be also profitable because sometimes a product which is very basic and easy to manufacture can be good, much better than a complex idea. So your product should be fit to your customers' needs actually. And do not try to polish your idea to look good. you need to focus on the weaknesses and try to fix your problems to make it shine, instead of just telling the words the people want to hear. So be clear to every mentor, because they are not there to disqualify you or eliminate you. They are just trying to see your weaknesses and how to solve those weaknesses. So a successful business plan is everything for you to survive. You need to really plan your future very well to take risks and spend your money. So focus on your problem, not your idea, because the solution can be changed, but the most important thing in a startup is the problem. What do you solve for? What's your customer need? Because the way of solving is changing a lot. You need to pivot your idea maybe 10 or 50 times. It depends, but the problem is fixed. There is a problem about the electric cars. There is a problem about fleet management. There is a problem about the energy sector. We are loving our problem, but not defending our ideas, because the solution way can be changed. So do not try to stick on your solution, just focus on the problems. Thank you for listening us. If you have a question, I would like to answer it. I think that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, and congratulations on your journey. Where are you planning to produce the products? Because this is a charging station. Deliver products.
Actually, we are only a software. We don't manufacture charging stations. There is a protocol is valid for every charging stations. So we are using those protocols to control the charging stations. You can think as we sent some comments to the station that stop the charging, it's too expensive, start again. And we are just controlling the devices for creating a barrier between the company and the smart charging ways.
Are you selling your software to Vestel?
No, we are not selling our software to the charging stations like public stations. You can buy electricity from the chargers. We directly sell to the companies that has electric cars and charging their cars in their parking lots or garages.
So it's a charging management.
Yeah, we do a charging management service, and also
for fleets.
Yeah, for fleets like cargo shipping companies, other companies like deliver their products to the city and using electric vans or trucks for delivery. So they reduce their costs by using the smart charging application, actually.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Thank you for your presentation. When the subject is energy and charging mechanisms, there are so many parameters one has to include. I wonder whether if you include the duck curve, are you familiar with the duck curve? Especially for the solar panels, as the sun rise, the production of electricity increases. Yes. However, the demand of electricity decreases gradually because of the people collect themselves in the buildings. One of the main challenges when the aspect is solar panels, you can think that as a feedback. Maybe if you solve that kind of problem with your software, it will be, I guess, more prone to problems.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is why the prices are changing this much, because the supply and demand is so different in different hours. For instance, if you look at the highest price, it's 7 p.m. because the people are going to the houses, open their televisions and start using kitchens, etc. but it's very cheap at the 9 a.m. But this is not directly depending on the consumption also, but it's also depending on the production. For instance, you cannot control the wind energy. You cannot say to air to blow up, or you cannot control the sun. But obviously they are affecting, because the renewable energy is much cheaper compared to natural gas and coal stations. So these prices are also affecting, as you mentioned, but we are mostly based on the prices instead of the way of producing the electricity, because most of our customers are companies that directly take their energy from the grid. So we are optimizing their energy supply chain, actually.
From the business perspective, have you ever sold your software to any consumer?
With a price, no, because we are still developing the dashboards to make the best fit for the customer. But currently, some of the companies are using it, and we are testing it with them. While testing the product, we didn't want to take any money. So, but after 2 months, maybe we will start taking invoices to them. So will be the first sales maybe in just 3 months.
Thank you for your presentation. I wish you best.
Thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice day.
That was a quite genuine presentation. And now our next speaker is going to joining us via Zoom, Murat Merdin from Drone Cube. Murat Bey, can you hear me?
Yes, very well. What about you?
Yes, wonderful.
Should I just start away?
Yes, but do you have a presentation?
Yes, I will share right now. All right. Hello to everyone. My name is Murat Merdin. I am the CEO and co-founder of DroneCube. In DroneCube, we digitize crop health monitoring and protection. What we do is we use drones to collect data autonomously and create virtual maps, run AI on them so that we can detect anomalies such as diseases and pests. And at the end of the process chain, we also use a spraying drone to act on these problems, either plant protection or applying fertilizer for growth. So this is okay, now you're seeing it. This is the first product that we deployed here in Urla Winery. I think the video is not running very well as far as I can see from the screen, but it shows the basic idea. The drone goes over there like the cleaning robots at our home, collects the data itself. There are no operators and comes back. This is very important due to the global warming and changing environment, especially in the farming fields. But more importantly, products like wine or other high-end value crops, they need constant inspection, and this is getting more and more difficult every day. And we are a team of robotics experts. We have been doing robotic projects, including image processing and AI, and we are using that experience to create a system that can run quickly. And if I jump to the EIT Jumpstarter part, as you know, we all started from the boot camps. It was an online education, several weeks. And once we advanced over there, then we went to local joint trainings. And there was several companies in those trainings from different sectors or different areas, such as energy or materials or everything. So it was a nice time to get together and learn other startups' problems, and also share some experience with them in some other problems. And lastly, once we progressed through local joint trainings, we proceeded to the grand final. And over there, we had a pitching chance and told the problem to the evaluators. And we were the third at that event. And honestly, to share the experience about the finals and everything, over there, the local joint trainings were very intense. We were at Fark Labs in Istanbul. It was a good environment. The book that we followed for these trainings were well prepared by the EIT. And I suggest every startup fellow to look into that and try to understand the methodology over there. Because scaling and building a startup is founded over those areas and those principles. And a last comment would be on grand finals would be, it is not directly related of what you did in local joint trainings. And for example, we were a little bit more mature startup than some others because it's our second startup, by the way. Because of that, our business model were very developed. But at the grand final, you only have pitching and you only have referees giving you some points on what you do over there. So the evaluation is like that. But the reason why we joined the EIT wasn't the Jumpstarter, but is the further programs such as Food Accelerator Network, but on top of that, the Rising Food Stars. We skipped the seed bed because of the level that we are at now. We already deployed the product. But if you prefer to follow the step by step, you can start from the Jumpstarter, then move to the seedbed for a little bit proof of concept without spending too much money talking to peers and getting the networks. And then you can advance to the Food Accelerator Network, which is the state of Food Accelerator Network is, I think, a little bit pre-sales, but you have some customers that you have already proven the technology. But right after that, the Rising Food Stars is more like scaling and having paying customers and some recurring revenues. So in those programs, it is getting easier to get invested because you are going through EIT's programs and your idea and your business model is being validated several times. So this is an important aspect for several investors, especially in the EU, and they can also invest themselves as EIT. So it's a great opportunity to follow through, and it's well prepared and well resourced. And let me also add one more comment for the local joint trainings and for the grand final. They also paid our travel and other costs, such as accommodation. This is the cost is not too much, but considering this for teams that are starting from scratch is really important. You don't get to see these around often. So there are sparing resources, there are sparing time, there are several prepared mentors in every program. And the environment is, everybody is helping everybody. And we became really close friends with several other companies from several countries. So it was a nice event to join to. And this is all I wanted to say. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. Was this too quick presentation? I can jump into the technical side if you like.
Murat Bey, thank you so much for your presentation and your remarks. Seems there is no question from the audience. Now it's time for Mr. Enes Aladaş from Rumitek Energy. Mr. Enes Aladaş, would you be so kind and confirm whether you can hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. Let me share my screen. Can you see?
Now we are seeing a blank white screen, but maybe it's now loading.
Let me try again.
Perfect. We can see it in presentation mode.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and with your permission, I would like to continue my presentation in Turkish because all the EIT participants already listened to this presentation, let's say more than 3 times. That's why it would be better to continue in Turkish for all participants. Herkese merhabalar. İsmim Enes Aladaş, Rumitek kurucu ortağıyım. Rumitek olarak bizim amacımız güneşin ve rüzgarın dönüştürücü gücünü sürdürülebilir yaşam kaynağı haline getirmek. Global şirketlerde çalışmış, global sektör tecrübesine sahip 8 kişilik mühendis bir ekibiz. Daha önce çalıştığımız şirketlerden kaynaklanan tecrübemizle aslında bu çözümü geliştirmeye karar verdik ve 1 yıl önce bu hayalimizi gerçekleştirmek amacıyla da ekip olarak bir araya geldik. Bizim aslında müşteriler için tanımladığımız pain point'ler dediğim gibi sektörden gelen tecrübemizden kaynaklıydı. Şöyle özetlemek gerekirse dünyada 2,5 milyar şu anda aydınlatma ve IoT amaçlı kurulmuş direk var. Türkiye'de bu sayı 30 milyon. Her yıl bu direkler yenileniyor ya da yenileri dikiliyor ve bu direklerin şebeke enerjisine bağlanması için yapılan kazı kablolama maliyetleri direkt başına yaklaşık $10.000. Ve dünyada hala yaklaşık 700 milyon insan elektriksiz yaşıyor. Depremle birlikte de gördük ki maalesef enerji olmazsa afet anında kör, sağır ve dilsiz oluyoruz. Bu saydıklarımın aslında ortak problemleri enerjinin üretim ve dağıtım maliyetinin hala çok yüksek olması, şebeke bağımlı sistemler ve karbon emisyonu. Biz geliştirdiğimiz çözüm ile basit standart bir direği yalnızca 2 saat içerisinde şebekeden bağımsız çalışabilen yeni nesil enerji ve iletişim altyapısına dönüştürüyoruz. Bizim özgün değer önerilerimize gelecek olursak aslında dünyanın hiçbir yerinde dikey bir rüzgar türbününün üzerinde bir ağırlık taşındığını göremezsiniz. Çünkü geleneksel rüzgar jeneratörlerinde ortadaki milin döndürülmesi vasıtasıyla enerji üretilir. Dolayısıyla dönen bir sistemin üzerinde ağırlık taşımak mümkün değil. Burada bize özgü geliştirdiğimiz bir rüzgar jeneratörümüz var. Bu sayede biz direği sabit tutabiliyoruz ve ortasını boş halde kullanabiliyoruz. Ve üzerinde de ağırlık taşıyabiliyoruz. Dolayısıyla rüzgardan elde ettiğimiz enerjiyi üst gövdenin üzerinde konumlandırdığımız güneş enerjisiyle birleştirerek üst gövdenin içerisindeki akülerde depoluyoruz ve aşağıdaki IoT cihazlarını 7/24 besleyecek enerji üretip kullanabiliyoruz. Dolayısıyla kendi kendine yeten, şebekeden bağımsız çalışabilen akıllı enerji ve iletişim altyapısı oluşturmuş oluyoruz. Bu sayede aslında girişte bahsettiğim o kazı kablolama maliyetleri ortadan kalkıyor çünkü bir şebeke enerjisine ihtiyaç olmuyor. Yıllık yaklaşık $1.000'lık işletme ve enerji gideri ortadan kalkıyor. Yaklaşık 4 hafta süren kazı ve kurulum maliyetleri, kurulum süresi maliyetleri 2 saate iniyor ve cihaz başına biz yıllık 1 ton karbon emisyonunun da önüne geçmiş oluyoruz. Biz bu hikayeye aslına bakarsanız depremden sonra başlamış olduk. Çünkü deprem anında gördük ki ailemize de ulaşamadık. Çok şükür onları sağ salim getirdik ancak enerjinin gerçekten bir ihtiyaç olduğunu ve şebeke bağımsız enerjinin olmazsa olmaz olduğunu deneyimlemiş olduk. Bu fikri ortaya koyduktan sonra bir market analizi, ürünle ilgili bir dizayn ve bu çözümün ihtiyacı karşılayacak unique value proposition'ları nelerse bunların üzerine çalışırken aslında doğru hızlandırma programlarını aramaya başladık. Burada da karşımıza EIT çıktı. Bu süreci çok iyi değerlendirdiğimizi düşünüyoruz ve sonrasında bu süreç içerisinde biz ürünümüzü pivot etme şansını bulduk. MVP'yi geliştirdik. müşteri doğrulama toplantıları yapabildik ve şirketimizi de resmi olarak kurduk. Ve EIT'nin sonrasında da çok kısa bir sürede bir tohum yatırımı alarak aslında bunu taçlandırmış olduk. Mayıs ayında resmi olarak şirketleştik. Tam olarak EIT'nin programının ortaları başlarında diyelim şirketleştik. Ardından çok fazla müşteri doğrulama toplantıları yaptık. Ürünümüzü pivot ettik. Geliştirmelerimize, Ar-Ge çalışmalarımıza devam ettik. Sonrasında 20'den fazla sistem entegratörüyle sözleşmeler imzaladık. 40'tan fazla POC talebi aldık. EIT'de ikincilik ödülle döndük. Hemen ardından EIT Big Bang sahnesine çıktık ve orada da en çok ödül alan girişim olduk. Orada ürünümüzü de aslında sergileme şansı bulduk. Ve çok daha kısa bir süre içerisinde de yine Sabancı Arf programını, yatırım ve hızlanma programını başarıyla tamamlayarak yatırıma hak kazanan girişimlerden birisi olduk ve toplamda 250 bin dolarlık bir tohum öncesi yatırım aldık. Şu an sözleşme görüşmelerimizi tamamlamak üzereyiz. Süreç ondan sonra da bitmedi. Çok hızlı gelişmeye devam etti. Biz o aldığımız POC ve siparişlerin üretimine ve kurulumuna geçtik. Şu anda ön sipariş olarak 120 bin doların üzerinde bir ön siparişimiz var ve Ar-Ge çalışmalarımıza da devam ediyoruz. Bir Ar-Ge projesi de yapıyoruz. Onun için de bir 110 bin dolarlık bir bütçeye hak kazanmış durumdayız. Zaten bir önceki sunumda arkadaşlarım çok detaylı bahsetti. Onların söylediklerine ek olarak birkaç cümle etmek isterim. EIT Jumpstarter programına başladığınızda aslında süreç bir online eğitimle başlıyor. Ama bu online eğitim Türkiye'de çok alışık olduğumuz sistemler şeklinde değil, biraz daha küçük gruplar halinde ve interaktif oluyor. Ve aslına bakarsanız siz soru sormayı ve cevap vermeyi öğrenmeye başlıyorsunuz. Sonra size EIT eğitimleri süresince mentörleriniz ödevler vermeye başlıyor. Bizce sürecin kırılma noktası da bu oldu. Çünkü o ödevleri yaparken aslında bakarsanız birçok şeyi fark ettik. Doğru soruları sormayı ve dürüst cevapları vermeyi öğrendik. Ve müşteriye gidip toplantıları yapıp müşterilerle görüşmeye başladık. Çünkü biz ürüne hep odaklanmıştık. Diğer arkadaşlarımızın da belirttiği gibi aslında probleme odaklanıp problemin ne olduğunu tespit edip oradan yola çıkarak gelmek gerekiyordu. Sonrasında Türkiye'de İstanbul'da ve Fark Labs'in önderliğinde bir offline yüz yüze eğitim ve mentörlük gerçekleştirildi. Bana kalırsa yani Türkiye'deki en kaliteli offline mentörlük diyebilirim. Çünkü sektöründe uzman, konusunda uzman insanlarla bir araya gelip 8 tane biz girişimdik onlarla birlikte birebir birkaç gün kendi çözümümüz üzerinde, sunumlarımız üzerinde doğru soruları sormak konusunda, dürüst cevapları vermek konusunda çalışmalar yaptık. Açıkçası o mentörlerle, o ekiple tanışmak bizi de farklı bir noktaya sevk etti, farklı bir noktaya getirdi. Sonrasında tabii ki sahne için artık o pitching, sunum eğitimleri ve görüşmeleri başladı. Elemelerden sonra sahneye çıkıp ikincilik ödülüyle döndük. Burada ne önerebilirim? Açık söylemek gerekirse sürecin bize öğrettiği şeyler çok netti. Bunu söylemek o yüzden biraz daha kolay bizim için. Birincisi eğer bir girişim olarak başvurmak istiyorsanız ve bir proje olarak başvurmak istiyorsanız müşterinizin gerçekten neye ihtiyacı olduğunu, neyle ilgili bir sorunu olduğunu ve bu soruna nasıl bir çözüm aradığınızı kesinlikle tanımlamanız gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Buradan başlamak gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Ardından bu tanımladığınız çözümün eğer siz bu doğru çözümü üretirseniz gerçekten pazarı var mı? Yani burada dürüst bir soru sormak gerekiyor. Bazen pazar analizi yaparken bütün aslında startuplar birazcık kendisine uygun bir pazar analizi yapıyor. Dürüst bir pazar analizi yapıp gerçekten böyle bir pazar var mı? Ve biz bu pazara çıktığımızda katma değerli Unique Value Proposition dediğimiz, Customer Value Proposition dediğimiz başlıklar içerisinde gerçekten ne katıyoruz? Yani bir fark yaratıyor muyuz? Bunları cevapladıktan sonra, tanımladıktan sonra ürüne ve çözüme geçmek ve bu ürünün çözümün dünyaya ne kattığını, Avrupa'ya ne kattığını, insanlığa ne kattığını, ya sadece maddi anlamda değil gerçekten manevi anlamda da ne katabileceğini tanımlamak gerekiyor ve en sonunda da bunu yapacak takımın ve sorumluluklarının e, bizce doğru tanımlanması gerekiyor. Bunlar bittikten sonra eğer gerçekten bu projenin değer olduğunu yani bu emeğe, bu çalışmaya, çabaya değer olduğunu düşünüyorsanız ki burayı dinliyorsanız muhtemelen zaten bunların birçoğunu yaptınız. Çok iyi bir iş planınızın hazır olması gerekiyor. Ben şunu söylüyorum. Buradaki soruları, buradaki çalışmaları ve buradaki iş planını sadece EIT için yaparsanız yanılırsınız. bunu gerçekten kendi startup'ınız için yapmakta fayda var. Kendi girişiminiz için yapmakta fayda var. Yani burada bu yolculuğu günün sonunda bir ödül olarak değil de yolculuğun kendisinden ne öğrenebileceğinizi e, düşünerek çalışır, çabalarsanız gerçekten çok faydası olduğunu düşünüyorum. Çünkü biz neyi nasıl yapacağımızı açık söylemek gerekirse bu mentörlük programı çerçevesinde öğrenmiş olduk. Son olarak 4 tane benim aslına bakarsanız önerim olacak ve bu sadece yine EIT için değil, gerçekten bir startup'ın başarısı için bence geçerli. Birincisi doğru takımı kurmak. Ee, Her şeyi tek başınıza yapamazsınız. Yani her şeyi tek başına yapmaya çalışan ama fikri çok iyi olan startupların bu süreç içerisinde nasıl elendiğini görmüş olduk. Yani sadece EIT değil, genel gidişattan bahsediyorum. Gerçekten doğru takımı kurmak ve doğru takım içerisinde ekipteki arkadaşların görev ve sorumluluklarının net olması ve onların da bu işe bağlılıkla sizin o bağlılığınız gibi onların da bağlılığıyla çalışması ve emek harcaması gerektiğini düşünüyorum. İkincisi ki bence en önemlisi dürüst olmak, doğru soruları sormak, dürüst cevapları vermek ve bunu sadece müşteriye değil kendinize de doğru soruları sormak ve dürüst cevapları vermek konusunda ben en önemli maddenin bu olduğunu düşünüyorum. Bu aslında bakarsanız mesela bizim startup'ımız için ürünü pivot etmemize sebep oldu. Yani biz çok farklı bir ürün geliştirmeye çalışırken aslında doğru soruları sorup müşteriye doğru cevapları ve dürüst cevapları alıp ona göre ürünü pivot ettiğimizde gerçekten pazara satılabilir bir ürün çıktı. Üçüncüsü müşterilerle konuşmak. Yani bunu ertelemeyin. Ürünümüz çıksın, ürünü biraz geliştirelim, sonra gidelim demek bizim de ilk fikrimizdi. Herkesin ilk aklına gelen bu. Ama benim önerim bu süreçte de zaten bunu deneyimleyeceksiniz. Bir MVP için beklemeden doğrudan müşteriye gidip doğru zaman şimdi deyip ürününüz varmış gibi ya da ürün yoksa bile ürün geliştirildiğinde nasıl fayda sağlayacaksa bunu müşteriyle konuşarak ve bu doğru cevapları alarak ona göre ürünü geliştirmekte fayda var. Yani müşteriyle görüşmek için ürünün gelişmesini, MVP'nin ortaya çıkmasını beklemeyin. Bu da üçüncü aslına bakarsanız önerim olabilir. Ve dördüncüsü gerçekten süreç boyunca herkes size yardımcı olmaya çalışıyor. Herkes sizin tarafınızda. Size sordukları sorular, getirilen eleştiriler, yapılan geri bildirimler tamamı sizin için. Dolayısıyla eğer siz geri bildirime açık olursanız ve bir şeyler almaya çabalarsanız bu sizin faydanız olacaktır. Süreç içerisinde bu geri bildirimlere küsen bu geri bildirimleri almak istemeyen startupların da yine elendiğini görmüş olduk. Çünkü bu geri bildirimler tamamen size objektif bir gözle katkı sağlamak amacıyla yapılan geri bildirimler. Ben tekrar bu fırsat için teşekkür ediyorum. Ne zaman isterseniz bizimle iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Sormak istediğiniz sorular olursa hem LinkedIn üzerinden hem e-mail ile bizlere ulaşabilirsiniz. İstanbul'dayız. Kocaeli'de bir üretim tesisimiz var. Ne zaman isterseniz sizlere yardımcı olmaktan mutluluk duyarız. Çok teşekkür ederim ben bu fırsat için tekrar. Sorularınız varsa cevaplamaktan memnun olurum.
Enes Bey çok teşekkürler tekrar sunumunuz için. Gerçekten çok bilgilendirici oldu. Sorularımız varsa alabiliriz. Evet, bir tane var. Teşekkürler.
Merhabalar,
Buyurun.
Murat Bey'di değil mi?
Enes ben. Murat Bey
Pardon.
yakışıklı olan bir önceki arkadaştır. Evet.
Pardon.
Yes.
İmre benim ismimde. Çok teşekkürler sunumunuz için. Herhalde beni göremiyorsunuz. Kamera bana bakmıyor.
Maalesef.
Ben
Buyurun.
kısa böyle bir çok hızlı back of the end bir şey yaptım. Hesap yaptım. Benzer bir şey bulaşıyordu benim önce çalıştığım firma ama bu kadar kapsamlı bir güzel fikir görmedim. Ben de ilk defa tebrik ederim bu. Hem rüzgar hem güneş enerjisini harvestlayalım diyorsunuz.
Evet, teşekkür ederiz.
Böyle yaklaşık hesap yaptım. Yanlış yapmış olabilirim ama böyle bir 20 wattla işte 200 watt arasında toplam iki bileşke gücün o civarlarda rahatlıkla bir ampulü besleyecek öyle bir hesap yaptım. Yani aslında kendi kendine tamamen hiçbir yerden şey almadan hakikaten şey yapabiliyor. Özellikle hani yenisi LED ampuller için bu gayet yeterli. Maliyeti ne kadar? Çünkü herhalde senelik böyle bir $500 gibi bir elektrik direkt ödenmeyecek. Ne kadar sürede kendini kompanze eden bir ürün? Yaklaşık
Teşekkür ederim soru için. Burada fiyatı belirtmem mümkün değil ama aslında şuradan yaklaşalım İmre Bey. Biz sadece aydınlatmayı önermiyoruz. Yani bizim önermemiz aydınlatma değil. Aydınlatma günlük yaklaşık 1 kilowattlık enerji harcıyor. bir kamera ya da bir IoT cihazı günlük 150 watt, 200 wattlık bir enerji harcıyor. Burada aydınlatma özelinde giderseniz zaten bütün dağıtım şirketleri, aydınlatma yapan şirketler, Türkiye'de maalesef bu regülasyon hala değişmedi ama Avrupa'da değişiyor. O kazıyı yapmak için zaten para alıyor. Dolayısıyla aslında siz o kazısı yapılmış bir yere tekrar sadece enerji maliyetlerini düşürmek için bu sistemi kurarsanız bir anlamı yok. Ama örnek vermek gerekirse işte bir afet anında iletişim kurmak için bir enerji şebeke altyapısı olmayacağı için burası örnek. Yine aynı şekilde bir havalimanının etrafına kurulacak kamera güvenlik sisteminin oradaki yapılacak 20 kilometrelik kazıyı ortadan kaldırarak yapılması bir örnek. Aslına bakarsanız bizim amacımız enerjinin götürülmesinin zor olduğu, yani kazı ve kablolama maliyetlerinin yüksek olduğu noktalara bu çözümü sunmak. Tabii ki aydınlatma için de kullanılabilir ama asıl amaç bu olursa o maliyeti yani 10 yıl içerisinde çıkarmak çok kolay değil, yatırım geri dönüş maliyetini. Dediğim gibi amacımız, birinci önceliğimiz kazı ve kablolamanın yapılmasının çok mümkün olmadığı ya da maliyetli olduğu noktalara bu çözümü alternatif ve sürdürülebilir enerji sistemi olarak sunmak. Umarım sorunuza cevap olmuştur.
Yanlış anlamıyorsam bu aydınlatma birinci basamak ama farklı amaçlara da hizmet edebilecek bir
Tabii ki.
yöntem inşası var aynı zamanda. Bu ilk
Tabii
olarak
ki.
olacak. Sonra bu
Yok,
kadar
aslına bakarsanız aşağıdaki IoT cihazının ne olduğu çok bizim aslında sorunumuz değil artık. Çünkü bu hava kalitesi ölçüm sistemi olabilir, kamera güvenlik sistemi olabilir.
Evet, bir
Bu
İsviçre
şarj
çağrısı gibi böyle
istasyonu.
birçok şey
Evet.
yapabilecek.
Biz onun enerjisini sağlamak ve iletişimini sağlamak üzerine bir çözüm geliştirdik.
Benim telaffuz ettiğim sayılar aşağı yukarı doğru muydu? İşte bir 3 yukarı 5
Doğru. Ama burada regülasyonlar devreye giriyor. Çok detaya girmemekle birlikte şöyle özetleyeyim. Bir enerji dağıtım şirketinin o aydınlatması için belirli bir ışık akısı vesaire voltaj değerleri var. Dolayısıyla bir gece boyunca bir aydınlatmanın, standart aydınlatmanın sağlanması için 800 watt ile 1 kilowatt arasında bir enerji harcanıyor. Bir kamera içinse yaklaşık 150 ile 200 watt arasında bir enerji harcanıyor gün boyunca.
Çok teşekkür ediyorum.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
Çok teşekkürler. Başka sorunuz var mı? Yoksa etkinliğimizin sonuna geldik. Thank you very much. Throughout our event today, we had a chance to deeply understand the EIT Jumpstarter program and where the program stands under EIT community and in terms of all kicks. We also learned the thematic fields supported by the program and the profile for the applicants. So I would like to thank Piotr and Imre for helping us making today's event productive and informative with their tremendous contributions. Your insights and experiences in this field have been instrumental in making this event an enlightening experience. As we already mentioned during the event, in the last year's Jumpstarter program, Turkey had 6 winning teams in 5 different categories out of 8. And I would like to raise my special thanks to the winner teams again for sharing their invaluable experiences today with us and to introduce the start of their journey and their path till today with Jumpstarter program. So delving into the topics of today, we see that how EIT Jumpstarter program plays a very effective role, not only in providing trainings and mentorings for business creation, but also building a viable business model around an innovative product or service idea and validate it. Hence, we strongly encourage you to apply to the EIT Jumpstarter program until the specified deadline, which is 26th of April. And we hope to see many more successful teams with us next year. With this occasion, I would like to also extend my thanks to our technical assistance team, Nicholas, Kemal Bey, Selin Hanım, for their invaluable and tremendous effort to make today happen and give us this valuable learning experience. And finally, I would like to thank you very much for your participation and your contributions throughout the event. And I hope to see you in our next upcoming EIT events too. Thank you.